Hello, everybody. I was just catching up the absent player from last session on all the fuckery that occurred, or trying to. It's because I was late coming to pre-show chat, so I do apologize. So Nelly might be as surprised as new viewers when we get to a recap. But
I
welcome.
think we're all just
Uh,
still trauma-brained from the last session. Memories are
still,
affected. Emotions are
yeah,
high.
still
The fear
reeling,
is real.
still reeling. So, yes, what have I got here? Yeah, so welcome to the Emerald Collective channel. I'm Ben, your GM for tonight, where we're going to be diving once again into the ShadowDark RPG. Great system. I'd like to thank just up top Kelsey Dione of the Arcane Library for coming up with this fantastic system. I love it, and I torture these lovely people every fortnight with it. Please give them your sympathy. The Emerald, we've just got a few announcements up top before we get into the torture, though. The Emerald Collective will be hitting the podcast scene very shortly with our first outing, No Silver Linings, a Call of Cthulhu story set in 1920s Ireland. That is by Mark Corrigan of Chinook Games, and we can confirm it's super creepy, as all good Call of Cthulhu games should be. But believe it or not, the gang have already started recording Season 2, The Era of the Body Snatchers, a grim and claustrophobic story set in Waterford circa 1833. And after that, we'll be releasing a long-form Dungeons & Dragons 5e podcast, created and run by our very own GM, Dave, and that is called The Starless Twilight. We're also launching our very own Patreon on, I think I can say this, May 1st. So we'll be featuring contributions from GMs, writers, cartographers like Kate of It's a Map, who you'll see a lot on Dave's streams. And it's going to offer monthly drops of magic items, monsters, maps from Kate, and much more, including early access to those podcasts and other things. So stay tuned to that. Stay tuned to our social media accounts, and you can find out a bit more about that closer to the time. The hype train is gearing up. We're stoking the coals. Here on Twitch, we typically stream up to 4 times every week, give or take. So just take a little look at what's to come in the week ahead. Heirs to the Hand returns this Thursday, and in pursuit of members of the Order of Purifying Flame, the party have found themselves deep underground with nothing but the occasional trail marker to confirm their route. As they move through a series of tunnels rich with highly explosive cloud rock, the party realize they aren't alone as a large monstrosity, imitating a sizable crystalline growth, drops its disguise and attacks Kyra. What other wonderful things lie in wait for the party in the rock beneath their home? You can find out in episode 14, What Dwells Below. Again, that is this Thursday. The Sophron saga continues on Friday, and the party have been sent into the mountains above the winter city of Artex in search of a missing shipment of adamantium, a rare metal used to fashion weapons for only the most loyal nobles of Sophron. However, the barbarians that call these mountains their home once called those mines their own, and they have no love for the kingdom or its stooges. That is a fantastic game from GM Dave. You can also join GM Dave and the gang on Sunday for Holy Hell Part 2. As the members of the Conclave of Oaths arrive on the second level of the Hells, they are headed for the city of Dis, where new city, who Dis, where they will hopefully find the. I'm sorry, Dave. Well, they're headed for the city of Dis, where they will hopefully find the answers they need that will lead them to the soul of the legendary paladin Arthur Gawain. The Hells, however, are no place for a paladin, let alone a group of them. What temptations and challenges face our heroes as they unravel the mysteries before them? Speaking of unraveling mysteries and dark challenges, finally, you can catch the latest Curse of Strahd session next Tuesday. The party draws ever closer to the heart of the Yesterhill. Have they cleared the way to the Sun Sword, or is there more danger in their way? Tune in and find out. If you like our shows and you haven't subbed already, please consider doing so, as it does really help us out and allows us to keep playing RPGs with our friends and making fools of ourselves for our amusement on the internet, which is what I know you're all here for. Big shout out to those of you who are subbed. This quite literally would not be possible without you. And a reminder, you can use your subscriptions as well as channel points and bits to influence the game, providing up to 3 single-use boon, luck tokens, or healing to any of the players, or to me, the GM, if you like rooting for the bad guys, and who doesn't. And for ShadowDark only, these channel points can also be used to add or subtract from the party's light source timers. Details for that can be found directly down below. I'm not sure where we are on Twitch, so somewhere look in the doobly-doo, as they say. The party's characters were created using shadowdarklings.net, an excellent resource that makes character creation a breeze. Maps were made with Dungeon Scrawl using assets by Mark Gosbell, Day, and Angry Golem Games. The monster tokens tonight are utilizing badass art by Rick Hershey of Publisher's Choice Stock Art, formerly Fat Goblin Games, and Gary. I'm very sorry if I butchered his name. Gary Dupuy of Purple Duck Games. Those art pieces used with permission. Thanks to Albe Rodeo for their no-nonsense VTT that we're using tonight, and to the creators of the various very helpful extensions that we avail of, namely the ticker for our torches and other light timers, HP tracker for initiative, the Genie music player for audio, and of course the fantastic ShadowDark character sheet extension for character stats. Music tonight comes to us via Genie from the outstanding Evengard project, provided royalty-free by the maestro Marco Cutini over on YouTube. Search for Evengard. It's Evengard. And last but certainly not least, many thanks to Christian for his tech wizardry and incredible overlays and intros. It makes the dream work. So please tip your technomancer if you have the means to. He really deserves piles of gold and gems for all the hard work that he does. But without any further ado, I will stop talking for a little while anyway, while we meet our wonderful cast and get rolling. So, who have I got? Kira, why don't you kick us off?
Hello, I'm Kira. I'm playing Vara tonight. She is the half-orc fighter who knew she was in for a tough battle, but didn't think it was going to be quite like this. She carries her great axe and her javelin for anybody who's far away. And after the last time, she now has a longbow, and she's going to keep her distance from certain things maybe this time.
Seems wise.
Maybe.
But I know. But we are, as we'll find out, under the earth, so keeping a distance might be difficult. Nelly.
Okay, so hey guys, I'm Nelly. I play a human paladin or human priest in this setting named Warson Sumler. She comes from a very far off land and was just looking for a sense of belonging, and now is really worried about dying at this rate. So she's gonna hold on to her pendant close to her heart and hope that Saint Agnes continues to protect her and her colleagues, hopefully friends.
Hopefully, there's and as you say, there's, what is it they used to say? There's no atheists in a foxhole. So down in this, but maybe everybody will be turning to Saint Agnes to rescue them from the bowels of the earth.
Yeah, everyone will start asking me, "Hey, say a nice little prayer for me." I'll keep everyone in mind. I'll try.
We're gonna send Warson's gonna send the collection plate around. Next we have who have I got next here? Nico.
All right, hi everyone.
Hey.
I'm Nico. Sorry.
No, I was just saying.
Oh, I'm good. The internet's a bit choppy here. I play Winter, who is a young, intelligent, but quite naive female elf wizard who is on a mission to go protect lost knowledge from destruction. Seems to have got herself caught up with protecting people from destruction, so she's a little bit above her head. But with her new friends,
lost people, lost knowledge,
she's here for emotional support.
Emotional support wizard.
Friends forever until we die in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, we could all use an emotional support wizard. And last for tonight, because we are missing Fona, certainly not least, Tendai.
Hi, I'm Tendai. I play the party's resident witch, Lantana, and who is also local to the area. So they are going through some stuff right now, and super seeking that revenge that they thought they wanted earlier. It's now just gotten a whole lot worse. So it's about to become everybody's problem.
And yeah, and we do. Oh, what is this here? Sorry, folks. Yeah, we're also we're missing Fona tonight, who plays I was gonna say human. There was a human rogue, was a different campaign. Our halfling thief, Bobbin, who we discovered. I think much like the Grinch, Bobbin's heart grew 3 sizes last session. It happens when you see a bunch of innocent people slaughtered by demon worshipping marauders. So, on that note, a little bit of a recap for folks at home and for Nelly. I don't wherever we are on the overlay. She's here for me. So, yes. The party, the campaign is taking place in the Vale of Kerrig, and here the Vale folk have come under the dark eyes of the Crimson Queen have fallen on the Vale folk. So the village of Sixwidows had been bracing for an imminent attack by the Crimson Queen's Goblinoid Legion, the Ironbloods, or the Ironblood, and had sent that the party had been caught up in this. They had been sent off to a nearby ruin to try and find some metal weapons and better armor for the townsfolk who were very ill-equipped. There was a promise of a little bit of coin in it to get Bobbin to go along. Everybody, I think, had their own reasons for wanting to go on that little mission. But when you returned with very little, because actually the armory, as you discovered, had been mostly eaten by rust monsters. As you crested the hill, you came back to Sixwidows. The Ironblood Legion were descending on the town. You all fought valiantly. You did what you could. Some people fell in the battle, including the elder of the village, Griselda Vaughn, and this has been slow for me, and also Daglin Cliff, and I think Rilda Redhound also fell. These people that I think, as Bobbin had said, I don't think she thought she was as attached to these people as it turned out she was. So the attack took place. There was a bloodbath. It was a slaughter. You did your best. You were fighting off goblins and wargs and hobgoblins yourselves. And just before you saw the Crimson Queen brutally cut down Elder Vaughn, she beseeched you, the party, to go to the Hollow Hill, the center of Sixwidows, where the elderly, the infirm, children, those who weren't able to fight, were huddled. Which seems a bit strange to most of you. That why wouldn't you just leave the town? But the elder had said to go and get them out of there. That you were their last hope. Upon going under the hill, I think somebody had determined, or she had said, I don't remember exactly how you came to the information, but there tunnels under the earth, the Underhollow, as the druids and others call it. So it is now your job to escort these poor people, these survivors, a large portion of them children, through the Underhollow to hopefully some safety in the mountains. But that is where we left things off. You were faced with the druid, Olive. They came face to face with you. Their wizened little face, which had seemed very bright and jovial up until this point, was drained of its color and almost looking hollow-eyed. So this is what they'd beseeched you that we must flee, and that is where. Just okay, it's not copied this over for me, so let me just play this. Okay. So here, am I on the right? Matt will stay here for. It'll stay on this one for now. So, yeah, the five of you, including Bobbin, you've come here. You see that there are, like looking around you, all the people gathered. There are about. Just want to make sure I get my numbers right here. Okay, survivors. Okay, so you could see that amongst the surviving, suppose important people that you had. Oh, actually, just before I start, there's a bit of a clarification about the sleep spell. I I didn't have time to double check. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to double check in the middle of combat and kind of slow down the scene as we were having yesterday. The way we were running it, it was affecting an area. But just to clarify about the sleep spell in ShadowDark, it should. Oh, sorry, we were using it sort of targeted in an area, so targeting, say, one hobgoblin in the area. But the sleep spell should actually affect all level 2 and lower creatures in the area, not just one. So if you did it in an area and your allies were in it, they would fall asleep as well, but also potentially could get a big area of people, but also could. So it doesn't really, I mean, for those purposes, I think there's plenty of times where Winter would have been able to feasibly get, one hobgoblin. I think that fight was a bit of an abstraction anyway. There was lots of space. But, yeah, so apparently I would have just ran with it anyway.
It says, choose a number of living creatures in the area up to your level.
Oh, okay. So we were right the first time. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think it took us a few times to figure it out last session.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I was... Okay.
Fills
so
a near-sized cube.
Second guessed myself.
Choose a number, yeah. Yeah, no, I think we...
Sweet.
But I was only level 1, so we can only pick one. I think is what limited it.
Yes.
Just wait the shares.
Is this sleep? You weave a lulling spell that fills a near-sized cube extending from you. Creatures in the area of effect fall into a deep sleep if they are level 2 or less. Vigorous shaking or being injured wakes them.
Mine's worded differently. I just pasted it.
I wonder if the Owlbear app. I wonder if it's an older version. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'll have to check my physical rulebook. No. It's I won't, because this is I'll in between sessions. Yeah. I'll have to check my physical copy to see which is the up-to-date wording. But so here in just under the Hollow Hill, you can still you could faintly hear sounds of battle, through the earth beyond these confines. For a number, you made a sort of an immediate escape deeper into the earth, and you traveled for about. We've been traveling for about a day. So I'm actually just going to move to the regional map for now. So because I'll show you where you're trying to get to. So you've traveled for a bit underground. It's all kind of a bit meaningless. It's not above ground. You have the sun, you have the stars, all these things, but it's getting difficult to tell the passage of time. So you were here in Sixwidows, and the aim is to eventually, Tolov tells you that their aim is to head for Drakkengrave. They'll emerge somewhere in the forest, make your way up to Drakkengrave, where hopefully they can find some kind of sanctuary, but it's no guarantee. But those who survived were, you could see, Tolov Drea, the druid, Iran, the blacksmith, Peck, the goblin. I suppose you might call them a ranger, not in player character terms, but they're just a kind of a forager and a bird keeper. There is Eleanor or Ellie Redhound, the wife of Brilda, who passed in the battle, and Alice Honeywine, who is a healer, kind of a physician. The major sort of people that you interacted with in the village that have survived, as well as that Elder Vaughn's daughter Tilda and Ellie or Eleanor Redhound's children that you had seen. You could all, they'd also survived along with all the other children. There are only about 24 surviving adults, but almost 100 children. This is about a third of the population of Sixwidows. There was about 300 people in Sixwidows, but there is a mass, so everyone is sort of cramped together. There's about 100 children here and about 24 adults, most of them elderly and infirm in one way or another that they weren't able to fight. You'd pushed ahead for a while. You're not really sure how long it's been, but Tolov has suggested making camp for the night. So if there's anything that your characters want to be doing, conversations you may want to have with each other, and other NPCs, just because it was probably better to do it here than while the battle was raging outside. You got what you assume is a safe distance away. So yeah, it is presumably nighttime, and people are huddled around. Campfires. There's a couple of torches being lit, but not for very long because smoke is starting to collect. So found a reasonably big chamber where it's not hazing up the air too much. I'm just gonna pop this in. So you see, I'll just give you the names. This is very slow for me. Apologies, folks. So it is Tolov the Druid. Oh God, sorry. Why is this being like this now? Apologies, folks. I'll just copy paste this so you know who has survived. Okay, there we go. So Tolov is the druid, it's Iran the blacksmith, Peck the goblin ranger, Eleanor is human woman. She's a seamstress and was also her wife Brilda. They had like a merchant caravan. And then Alice Honeywine is a healer. She is a city woman who sort of older woman who came here a number of years ago. So yeah, is anyone doing anything in particular?
I'd say that Warson will go, especially towards the children, try to not console them because they've all lost their parents, but at least try to check that they're all okay and probably do like a quick blessing or a prayer for each of them, because that Saint Agnes is not as big of a deity here, but she wants to try to give everyone some sort of comfort in her own way.
Could you just make me a charisma check, Nelly?
I mean, am I charismatic or
no? But I mean, I think she tries. She does her best.
she bumbles through her way. Yeah, that's a 4. It's not. Yeah,
there's a lot of tears, and I wouldn't be too hard on yourself. It's not a lot of even. You see, Tolov the druid kind of appreciates the effort and what you're doing. You've seen that even they have had difficulty. They have had difficulty consoling people, which is as the spiritual leader of Sixwidows, that is really a kind of person that the townsfolk would turn to, but it's just very overwhelming for everyone.
Lantana would want to provide some light, if possible. So I'm going to cast Witch Light. So it's just like a floating marsh of light that bobs in the air and casts light out in a little radius.
I think since this scene is taking place kind of outside of dungeon exploration or any action, we just assume that, Lantana the spell is cast without the check, and people are grateful because torches are then snuffed because it is filling if anyone's ever been in a cottage, like just a turf fire going, like filling the air just with smoke. Yes, they are grateful.
Lantana will also try to comfort the kids as much as they can.
Hey, kiddies!
Puppet show with the lights.
Wow.
I'm just like, oh, sorry. I don't know why I'm coming across really quiet. Lantana will definitely try to comfort the kids and would probably tell them some age-appropriate story about loss, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And death as well, just, gotta keep it real. But it would all be age-appropriate to try and soothe them a bit more, and just to let them know that, just because they're gone, just because they're like not there, doesn't mean that they're gone for like forever, So they're going to try and console them in their normal, creepy, probably way, but also they'll know that these are kids, and they feel so bad for them. They're also trying not to freak out a bit because obviously their family isn't there and they don't know what's happening up there. So they're going to be telling them stories, probably braiding some hair, probably holding the smaller ones, trying to rock them to sleep, because there definitely aren't enough adults to go around for these kids. So they're going to try and do as much as they possibly can, effectively trying to build them a nest that they can all kind of like sleep in a nice little pile. But they're going to do that, and maybe also look through the cave a bit to see if there's anything edible.
Give me a charisma check anyway, and then I'll circle back to the foraging just in the next thing.
19.
19. Yeah, I mean it. Again, it's not. They're not just jumping up and singing. The sun will come out tomorrow, But they, it's as well as can be expected for, for children who've lost. In some cases, some of them have lost their entire families. They may have had no siblings, or with both their parents stayed to fight. Somebody, usually most of them have kind of somebody, or at least a trusted neighbor or something. They're a very tight-knit community where obviously people are distraught, and the children, and it does help. And I think talking about how they're not here physically with you or with us, they're not gone forever. It does resonate with them. It's the sort of thing that Tolov would have said, the kind of things they would have been taught. It's a druidic tradition. They don't really have gods. They tend to just sort of worship the land, the earth, and so there is a great emphasis on, of course, dying. Your physical body will decompose. It will become one. There will be that cycle. I think Lantana's flavor of that, their personal flavor is probably a little bit more goth, but it's maybe Lantana focuses a little bit more on the decomposing. The druids focus a little bit more on the blooming, on the blossoming, flowers. So they tone it down, I think. But it does. It's helpful, and I think people are probably primed as well because you summoned the light. And again, Warson is very nice, but it's a bit different
Hey!
with the big, paladin, kind of stomping, and I'm
I'm
imagining
trying.
yeah, just, yeah, I shall, comfort.
There.
It
Come
is
to
the
me, children.
the Simpsons where Bart has imagined himself on death row, and it's like Reverend Lovejoy comes in, Reverend Lovejoy, are you here to comfort me? Yes, son. There.
Yeah,
There.
basically like that. Like, and she thinks she's doing
Not
an
a
amazing job.
not her strong suit, yeah, her chainmail and well, they shouldn't have chainmail, but her armor and shield, that's her strong suit.
Yeah.
She means well.
I can just imagine a kid like looking for a hug and they're pressing against like metal.
Is Warson that I don't know. I never actually saw Rogue One. Where is it Rogue One with the
Oh my
robot?
gosh.
It's like, what is it? Calm down, or I'm fighting
I'll-
medical attention. What is it? I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember the
I've
droids.
seen the meme.
K something, but like you should
Yeah.
watch Rogue One, so good. But
I know, I really should.
like that, but a bit on the softer side, not
softer.
so dry. Yeah, I'd say Warson thinks she's helping. She's not trying to be like overly clinical.
Yeah. So as again, yeah, it is comforting, Lantana. Anything before we I'll come back around to the kind of check, the foraging check. But Vara, Winter, doing anything in particular, talking to anybody?
Oh, Vara wouldn't be a people person, especially with children. She's not adverse to that kind of thing. She would be checking her weaponry, checking her armor, making sure things are sharp, seeing if anybody grabbed anything else that would be useful to them. And just her notion of making everyone feel safe is being prepared, being ready, kind of trying to get an idea of what she saw, especially when she came kind of close to the Crimson Queen. Like she'd be thinking of what she saw, trying to get, are there weak points? Are there this? She's studying them. She's, that kind of way. So she's just mentally preparing, stockpiling, checking armor, checking everything, sharpening everything.
Sharpening everything. Just like some little child's doll, just like whittling the edges into.
Be like,
into
I could
points.
use that. I could use that. You can use that too.
Yeah.
You can use that too. She can make an own tiny. Oh, she can make a tiny little army.
Hey, thanks so much, Dino Bags, for gifting that tier 1 sub. And so, yeah, Sweet Pea, you can the sub. You can. Oh God, where has it gone? Oh, I've gone sub. You can give a luck token to somebody. It doesn't have to be me. Could be me.
Please no.
I think
Take
I
away
think
all
they
our
need
light.
thank you very much for the sub. So there is as you go around, you see as you're sharpening things, Vara, you've got a whetstone there, and you're just running it up the blade of the axe and everything else, checking arrowheads, and Iran, the blacksmith, comes up. He doesn't have any attachment. He doesn't have a prosthetic on his arm. He at the minute he's just relaxing. So he has the leather guard on it, and he comes up. He puts his hand on your on the shoulder, and he's like may I look at the blade?
Yeah, everybody can help. Yes, whatever.
He just like gets the blade of the axe, and he sort of like runs it along
Yeah.
the leather guard, and it's like it cuts in, and he's like he's just not bad.
Is this acceptable for what we have right now?
Not bad. Says he says, those and he's scratching, I appreciate it, what you've all done. I know Sixwidows, it's not well, it's my home, but it's not my home. I'd just like to thank you because it's going to be a hard road, and I just hope we can find some kind of safety in Drakengraved. You know,
I wouldn't be
but,
thanking us just yet. There's been a lot of loss to get through. As you said, we still have a very, very long road ahead, but we're all together for this.
mm,
We're all together on this, and Vara's not good with people. She's not good with
yeah,
these
she's
things.
just
She
like,
only knows how to like fight.
he's like, well, and he senses this bit of, he says, he says, well, I suppose we only met a few days ago. I never told you. He holds up his missing head. He says, I wouldn't have told you how how I came by this. you know,
I didn't want to pry, but I
well,
mean,
it's
if you would like to
I
regale
just
the
assume that
story.
everybody's heard it. I mean, I was, as a young blacksmith, I'd always been interested in, various techniques. We're all right up in the Highlands at the old smithing, but learnt some things from the dwarves. But they're a bit, they're a bit, they're a bit mean with their secrets. They don't want anybody knowing about them. But I thought they were bad. But I'd actually, I made my way as a younger man down to Ogardul, the Hobgoblin city. And I mean, for me, people go on about the dwarves, metalworking, and they're good, but something special about Hobgoblin weaponry. Got a great eye for steel, not more for much else, but for steel, yeah, they know what they're about. But they don't like anybody knowing their secrets either. And I remember somebody taught me, some hobgoblin metalworking secrets, steel forging secrets. And when they found him, the local clan leader, he executed him. And remember, he asked me, am I right-handed or left-handed? I said I were a righty, my good hand, and whip off with it. But so that I couldn't practice what I'd learnt. But it's a bit of an oversight, really. He didn't sort of underestimated how badly I wanted to learn it, that I learnt to pick up a hammer and swing it with my left hand.
You
But
really
it's
showed
strange,
that.
I always thought it was, to be perfectly honest, it always struck me as oddly fair. They're an odd bunch, but they're not all as bloodthirsty. I just hope that when all this is said and done, if something can be done about it, that and go back to...
You want to go back to them?
No, not back to them, but that we can go back to somewhat like we had.
Oh.
Peace,
If she's so focused on this hand right now, she's just like,
Hmm.
what? Why would anybody take a good hand for making weapons?
Yeah, they're very protective.
Yeah, but
No.
knowledge on this would be fantastic.
Not if you don't want people with weapons and armor as good as you,
She's
having a
Vara's getting
go.
ideas now. She's like,
Yeah.
maybe we'll find them after.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if you can, get yourself some of their weapons, yeah. If you can, if you can
And
take
then
a few of them
You can teach
out,
us your secrets that you learned.
you'll need a few years, lassie.
We'll have time. We'll get through this and we will have time.
Oh. Well, I can only hope we've got enough years there left for me to teach you. But look, I best be getting on, and I'll let you get back to it.
Yes, and if you see anything else that's good for us to take there, would be good. And
Right.
or I'll just go back.
He walks away, and his face kind of changes really when he walks away. You can see his face just kind of drops, and he looks very,
Yeah, no, Vara
sad,
would be
and he kind of moves on to the next, person, and he gets there's a little fella there, and he kind of,
like, don't
doesn't
tell
mind
him
him,
the
and
hand story. They don't need
he
that.
already knows.
Don't tell anybody else. They've been thrown off.
As he goes off, is Winter doing anything around?
Well,
As it
she's
stands?
really not thrilled with children. They're sticky. So she'll be, I don't know. Honestly, I think after the last session, she's just like quite fascinated and had a little crush on Bara. So she'll probably just be observing Bara, staying away from the kids. Just trying to stay out of trouble, I guess. Mentally preparing herself for our escort mission.
Yeah. You're getting,
Can you remind me who our goblin guy is? Is that Peck?
Yes, Peck is the goblin. You can see him sort of around the perimeter. He's been checking things and kind of down holes, and he is also doing as Lantana. You see Lantana moving off in a separate direction, similar things, picking around for roots. You see him kind of pull some root up, and it's got some greenery on it, some green leaves, and he starts kind of plucking those off.
Ooh, okay, well, that really interests Winter, I guess. She'll be following him around when going on about her weaponry and all that stuff. And just
as he's going, he's kind of like
yeah, and I think anything like that, Winter
periodically looking over the shoulder, like
she'll be like making notes and stuff, because I think that's really interesting. Verbs and all this kind of thing. She'll be filling her little booklet with as much observation and information as she possibly can.
As soon as it looks like, if you're kind of like sketching things and doing observations, he looks kind of a bit self-conscious. He puts his hood up, like we're like worried that you're drawing him and not what he's doing. You're like, it's a bit sort of uneasy. But as it has been evidence, he doesn't talk too much. But actually, you've noticed he does not have his does not have any of his birds with him, except for one in a little cage. It looks like a little orange like canary of some kind. But other than that, he does not have any of his birds with him.
What happened to the birds? I don't want to ask. That's going to be another side story.
No. And also, one left isn't a good sign.
They flew away?
Going into the tunnels.
Maybe they flew away. Yeah. Well, we need one. Yeah, we need one canary to do the test that there's no cyanide or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you would have presumed. Yeah, at the very least, he has this one because you are, under the earth and is, if Winter is shadowing and documenting and making notes of various things. Lantana, you can give me a wisdom check for some foraging.
11.
You find you actually looking at what because you're looking at what Peck is doing. You do manage to find a couple of these roots and these edible leaves. They're quite bitter. You take a little kind of taste of one. You do you're assuming if Peck is is foraging them. They're probably safe because you do see him chew one. So you presume they're safe enough. But beyond a couple of those, it's not exactly your terrain. I mean, here deep in the Underhollow, it's not exactly terrain that you're used to. So you don't get much more than that. Although you do see the Peck gets a few, although other people are not really too thrilled about eating them. They don't really give them to the children, but some of the adults do eat. He digs up some sort of worms and grubs that he's perfectly happy to eat. Even some of the older people are like, swallow it down. But what rations that they have, the children are given. They did have some provisions. They have dry rations, dried meat and like sort of dehydrated fruit, nuts, things like that. They were obviously prepared for this exodus. Is anybody doing anything else in particular sort of tonight, or want to talk to anybody else before
Once
you
the
take
kid-
as much time as you want?
Once the kids are settled, I think Lantana would want to talk with the elders to figure out what the next steps will be. Like I know we were supposed to be heading to the next place, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody's aware that that was the plan, and to see how people are feeling about it, if they have any concerns, things like that.
Yeah. So you would have, as you're thinking this, you're going to do it. You see that those individuals, Tolov, Iran, Peck, Ellie, Eleanor, Alice, there's a couple of other adults, just in a sort of a vague circle. They've called the five of you over. Bobbin has not really been doing much of anything other than sort of sitting, staring at just a dirt wall, looking a bit distant. And every so often they sort of heft a bag of coins, and attach it back to their belt loop. And so, yes, Tolov speaks up, and they say again that we just want to thank you for what you've done. We've lost a great deal, but it's nice. We've that we found all of you, that you found your way to us, and we're gonna need us. Don't really want to ask any more of you, but we're in this now, and we're gonna need help getting to Drakkengrave, or at least if you could get us through the Underhollow. Let's see, we don't really have many fighters. But I realize it's a bit of a rock and a hard place. The only other way is back.
That's not much of an option. And Tolov, you don't have to thank us. Well, at the very least, me. Like, that was my home as well. So anything that I can do to help, I will. I know my mother, sister, and I kept our distance for the most part. But that doesn't mean any of us cared any less for what's happened here. I will definitely help you get as far away from them as we can. And I will do my best to make sure that those we lost today did not die in vain. The Queen will rue the day they ever set foot in Sixwidows.
There's a few of them. They nod their head. Peck has been sort of staring down, whittling a piece of wood into a stick, and he sort of looks up and gives a nod. Okay, so Tolov and the others explain. So they're going to make their way to Drakkengrave, up in the Highlands, which he's not actually. Iran is originally from Drakkengrave. He's a Highlander. He's not like overly optimistic that, it's not like it's a guarantee if we get there taking in, 24 odd adults and, 100 children. It's, he's like, it's not much bigger than Sixwidows and has far less food than Sixwidows did. So don't be expecting the red carpet. He's kind of tempering, expectations. They are hoping
Have a good defense.
bracing for kind of maybe not being so. They know sort of who is, I suppose you'd say in charge. There is a dwarven man named Gideon Ashbourne who said we'll meet. Their council will deliberate on it, but look, that's we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Tolov says that in the the Underhollow, you've had a good sort of majority of a day of clear travel.
I was going to say, do they know? Like, I know we're underground right now, but how far would it be from Sixwidows to Drakkengrave?
So did I miss? I had it in my notes. I've lost. Right, I've
Sorry.
lost it. No, I just realized I thought I had it in these notes. Did I have it in? Or did I write it in a notebook and not in these digital notes, where I had the distance? I must have had it on the. Yeah, no, I didn't have it on this. I will double check because I messed up with the map and it is not the exact scale that ShadowDark uses for tiles. I think each tile, I think each hex is a mile, I think.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I will double check the overland travel rules for. Yes, because I thought I had that on my digital notes, but apparently not. Overland travel. So walking. Yep. So but essentially you can travel for up to 8 hours a day. If you want to push further than that, you'll have to pass con checks. So if these, but that's.
I'm just thinking
I
for the
had
amount
it in
of
my head. It's
rations
like a
that they
couple
have
of days.
there and...
They
and
have enough rations to make it through,
Oh,
so you
that's
don't need
okay.
to worry too much.
With all the kids.
Peck
Yeah,
and
but
others, I mean they expected to, to as a last resort to run. Tolov says that so they and some of the others, particularly Griselda, the Vaughn the Elder, were a lot more concerned than really they were letting on, and for weeks they had been
Pre-prepared.
stockpiling
okay.
food and dry rations. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, because I was thinking we can't push ourselves too much with all those kids. That's not possible.
No, we can do it
No.
ourselves, but not with the kids.
And even then,
definitely
it's
not.
like it's a bit kind of because you could maybe travel up to 8 hours a day, but the children aren't going to be able to walk for that long. Tolov and Peck are sort of estimating, it'll be between.
Would they have
Well, in
done
terms
this
of
route
sleep.
beforehand in preparations if they knew?
Tolov
Or
has
only
sort
at
of
the very beginning?
done it theoretically, but they're saying that no one they have not traversed the Underhollow
Okay.
in decades.
But they've
were
mapped
like-
it out to an extent.
Typically, they have a vague idea, and the druids are able to
Time.
sort of sense a little bit. They can
Mhm.
see a little bit ahead, and they know the general direction. Like they know. Tolov is able to tell where north is underground and
Okay.
things like that.
Okay.
So they are confident that they can navigate.
And how long are
When-
they estimating this journey to kind of take us?
So they're thinking this will probably be three sleeps, that they'll,
Okay.
it'll
Okay.
be kind of,
And we've
it'll
already
be a
done
few
one,
days, but it's not like
one day.
massively, yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
So
The problem with that is 3 sleeps up top. They wouldn't need to sleep
Underground.
if they get ahead of us.
well, it's a bit grim, but they're sort of hoping that the Ironbloods will at least, they kind of have to harvest
Eat. Yeah.
the people that they killed,
That they've
take
slaughtered,
their
yeah.
souls, and that to be honest, they're not really sure exactly how it works. But even as just a regular army, they're hoping they would stop. They will probably strip Sixwidow for resources.
That'll take a while.
Yeah, in the night since Tolov has already sensed a couple of.
Learning.
They actually sensed the 6 widows being cut down over the hill. The remaining, the 6 trees, the 6 white trees. And so they, they'll. So they're hoping that anyway we can get to, and even then it's, if we get to safety, that they're hoping anyway that they probably won't be coming up into the mountains, because the people in the valley, the villages in the valleys would be easier pickings anyway, and flatter terrain.
Do you think they're
at least
going
as
more
far as it
south?
goes in the vale.
South rather,
They go
because we're
going
going.
north.
Oh,
We'll be northeast, but they'll probably go on aim for Tirad there
Okay.
in the, and whatever towns and villages
That's
on
kind
the
of
way.
their best knowledge where they're going. Okay, Grant. So
I'll just say soon, but Tolov has the druids have communicated with each other through various ways.
Okay.
Mhm.
Whether or not the other townsfolk have been convinced to sort of have an exit plan, or what their exit plan might be, not really sure.
Okay.
So they at the moment they're saying that, obviously we'll cross the bridge when we come to it, of what will happen when we get to Drakkengrave.
Mhm.
See
But
what happened.
yeah, but in the meantime, a lot of the Underhollow between here and Drakkengrave, as far as Tolov can tell, is clear. They're getting a bit more wary, because there are things lurking here, and
Would Bobbin be able to see if there were traps, or?
I'm sure Bobbin would be able to. Can definitely go up front. Peck and
No, I don't want her to go up front or anything like that. Just
No.
Yeah, but like
No.
Peck, as you've been picking their way through, like Peck has been is like ahead of everybody.
Oh,
Every so
okay.
often you see Peck appear out of the darkness ahead, and
right.
he comes back and is like, yeah, if we go, this way, blah, 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 go around.
Okay.
I found a
Whew.
Peck is the only one here because he is a goblin. He can see in the dark.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. So Peck is doing the scouting.
reasonably. Yeah. To a degree, but he's not. He is by no means a fighter, so he is kind of, just
No, I mean I can go kind of like close enough in
Mm.
front, that way.
yeah. I mean, he
Because
definitely
if they're secure at the back from the door being locked and whatever,
yeah.
from the tunnel being locked, I'll kind of be like
I
behind them just to
think
make
yeah.
sure.
As you're traveling, they probably want like a couple of you at the front of the
Yeah.
train, a
Yeah.
couple, or even just kind of around the perimeter, because there are also parts where you come into a chamber and it opens out into several tunnels. It gets quite cramped at parts where you're talking,
Hmm.
2, 3 abreast, and messages, things are being passed back. It's it's an arduous
Long
journey,
train.
but yeah, Tolov, though they look and they say that though I am concerned that ahead between us and Drakengravie, I know for a fact, and I'll know when we're closer, but I don't know exactly where it is. There's a nest of Earth Eaters.
Okay.
Okay. That's
And
concerning.
you happen to know how large a nest could be?
I mean, I'd hope no more than half a dozen, but could be a dozen if it's a big one.
Do they have any weaknesses that you know of so we can prepare in advance? Any information at all would be helpful.
Very loud noises says, well, but, and she says, see, this is... Okay. When we start getting into their territory, says, I need you to take this, and she pulls out, wrapped in cloth. It is the strange root, quite like bulbous. It's kind of got an ochre colored root, and it is covered with this like a crystalline amber substance. It looks like crystallized sap. And it's sorry, okay, and it smells quite strange as this sort of this acrid kind of smell. And Tolov says, if you can plant this in their nest, it'll send them, on walkabout for a few days. It will repel them for a few days. But we got to get it into the nest.
Right. Okay.
And she says, or they say, gee, oh, I lost Nelly. Oh, they're
Oh,
back.
electrical wizards.
All good.
Yeah.
That Tolov turns to them and says, it kind of occurs to them, some of them especially, when this winter is not from the valley, not Var. I mean, I've heard of these things in the mountains, Warsons, wherever. It says, sorry, you probably don't know what Earth Eaters are. Imagine a mole, but 3 times the size of me, and with a face like tentacles, feelers.
Ooh.
Basically, if you imagine a star-nosed mole, but on 2 legs, massive and like big, like mind flayer tentacles in place of its star nose. So he says that they're
Nice.
blind and they eat. They basically have some means of. Let's go to the what is the little descriptive blurb that I gave them. These are. Sorry, these are homebrew. They are blind, bipedal mole creatures who shatter rocks with ultrasonic waves projected from the tentacled facial appendage, which acts as their sole sensory organ. So they can sense you through these quivering tentacles, and they also sort of put out a sonic frequency which shatters rock, and then they into smaller pieces, and they chew it up, and then they kind of consume the mineral matter. They've also done it with living creatures, but they only eat the bones. They want
The
the
mineral.
calcium and the other minerals. and they just shred, they flay all the meat off the bones with this sort of sonic, or it's just sort
That's
of
so
exploded off,
wasteful.
and then
That's
they.
such a waste of good meat.
Oh no,
Yeah.
they have a little. They have No. You'll be pleased to know that they have
Ugh.
little things on them called flesh fleas, little parasites. So it's a sort of a parasitic
Okay.
relationship.
The whole
They eat the
ecoverse.
meat and they decompose it. Yeah, flesh
Aw.
fleas.
Okay.
So don't worry.
They sound
Okay.
they sound kind of
It-
cute.
Yeah, it just
They- they-
happens to create a pathogenic gas from all of the decomposing flesh and viscera that they're melting down.
Uh-huh. Okay.
That's so efficient. Wow, that's quite the system you've got.
So
Tolov
that's
Tolov
sense us
is
beforehand.
yeah, Tolov is like thinks it is rather remarkable. Like
It is.
You know, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we make friends with them instead?
That was my
Oh
thinking.
no. They'll eat your
Aw.
bones. They'll eat your bones, dearie. They just want your bones. They're not
What if we promise them lots of other bones else?
mm, well,
Like,
Ooh.
Or
I
you know what we
see.
could do? Oh,
turn them
I have a
towards the
plan.
army. Yes.
feed them the
Mhm.
children.
No.
Oh my
Oh.
god,
no,
no.
no.
Sorry, I thought we were on a totally different way. I thought we were on the same page.
My whole plan
No.
now, we can use them to our advantage later on because if we get overground, dig a hole, throw all the others down there, and then they can eat them.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Christian.
Yvara's just thinking how she can
Christian-
use them.
Christian's
later
just
on.
asking each of us to turn our cameras on and off again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think something with the overlay has gone.
Help refresh, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
because the audio is okay, but the video is a
Yeah,
bit
chat. We still
funky.
have audio, right?
It's out there. It's the ShadowDark again.
It is the
Right.
Shadow
It is
Dark.
that.
It's literally
It-
somebody turned the light off.
It is completely dark.
Christian,
Somebody
do you
got a
want us?
torch.
Do you want us to switch the video off? Like leave it off for a while, or because it's still not.
Audio
Yeah. Okay.
still.
We'll switch off the video for a minute and just leave it for a bit, and we can to refresh just in the interim. Yeah. So these, look, as Tolov explains, they're. I mean, they I suppose would say they are sorry, Dave is saying should we take a short will we take a short
Yeah.
break and just
Yeah, that's
just
that
like
I can
makes
literally
sense.
discuss
just
my
a
plans.
minute or two and I'll Hey everybody. Apologies. Issues. The gremlins come out in full force for ShadowDark. I think it's very fitting. It's just making it as difficult as possible to push on through the darkness. Well, that being said, anybody? Yes, Tolov the Druid was talking to you about the Earth Eaters that have a nest somewhere between here and Drakkengrave, down here in the Underhollow. And the only other most doesn't seem to be anything else nearby. A lot of this was sort of intel that they had gleaned from magic communication, communing with the earth, in the sort of preparations that they and the other sort of village kind of elders were making. So, hello, folks.
Do we get any intel on their weaknesses?
So, in terms of any kind of weaknesses, I think if it was possible for you to make an exceptionally loud noise, it might disorient them.
Okay.
Otherwise, they don't have particularly tough hide or any kind of armor. They're big and kind of chunky, but they're just covered in fur. If you could, certainly they're not particularly well equipped to deal with an attack from the back. They've got their sort of sonic, frequency-seeking tentacle face and also pretty hefty claws. But they don't, I mean, I know most things. If you can stab them in the back, it's going to work well. But particularly, they're also they're not particularly mobile. Like they're not really slow or anything. But they're not fast. Obviously, they can burrow, and they do burrow into the ground. Their nest will likely be lower, like it will be beneath the earth that you're walking on now, which obviously this is the Underhollow, but it does go down, and there are many layers. Much deeper. It goes very, very, very deep into the earth. Some people say it goes to the center of the earth, in parts. But other than that, I mean, I suppose they're blind. If you were to otherwise disrupt the tentacles, which is it's their only sensory organ, they don't have eyes, they don't have ears. It is their mouth and their nose, and they see they have this one sensory organ, and then they have like a mouth, sort of kind of like a lamprey's mouth, in the middle, back behind the tentacles. So, if you were to disrupt that somehow or chop their face off, again, chopping their face off is most things' weakness. Bit like stabbing in the back.
Or the whole head, chop the whole head off. Just not even the face, just chop the whole head off. Yeah.
But they don't say have like a particular aversion to fire or anything. Obviously, if they're blind, you're not going to be able to disorient them visually in any way. But they're they're sensitive to sound, and to other frequencies. They don't have a traditional sense of smell, but they can smell minerals and other things like that. They can smell your bones.
Not
Are
dark
they
at all.
nearby graveyard? Yeah. Are
They
they
can
nearby
smell the calcium in your bones. Rust monsters can smell the iron in your blood. Everything,
Winter has a calcium
everything can
deficiency.
smell your internal organs.
I have a
I
question.
just have that old ad now
Yes,
in my head
see?
for calcium.
Their
Sorry.
bones.
Would the moles be edible?
Oh yeah, it's good meat.
Okay,
It's good
cool.
meat on them
Tentacle
bones.
sushi.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just thinking in case we need to, like, if we do have to kill them, at least we can reuse their meat.
Yeah.
Have them on the roast or something. Yeah.
The tentacles would be very kind of they're weirdly
Chewy.
they're not
Like
like
calamari.
they're not really even that kind of soft. Yeah, they're sort of, they have a kind of a fibrous center. You could probably cut around that, get something that's a bit, yeah, more like calamari or you know, grilled octopus. But it's but yeah, otherwise they are. Otherwise, they're kind of like, you know, a big mammal, you know.
Okay, deadly. No, I was
Yeah.
just thinking it might be a good option for feeding more people instead of
Yeah,
just...
and fresh meat rather than just
And we don't know how
dried
stocked
rations.
Drakengrave might be.
Exactly.
Maybe if
Ooh,
you
we
turn up
bring
with
that, yeah.
meat, yeah.
Gideon might like us some more if we bring some
Here.
mole meat.
Provisions. Yeah.
Meat of questionable origin.
We
Meat-
come bearing gifts and people.
Yeah,
Let us in.
meat, meat whose origin you cannot possibly discern.
Mystery meat.
We've brought you a platter of trust us burgers.
Yeah.
Who could say no to that?
Yeah, yeah. So,
Thank
yeah. Is there anything else that people would like to know before?
Is
to-
that
or
the only thing we'd have to be wary of in these tunnels? Would they know, or
Well,
Mm.
sometimes you'll have.
is that all they know to the best of their knowledge right now?
I don't know for certain.
Okay.
But in this region of the Underhollow, there were, well, some were scholarly folks call them gigadrills, but round here most people call them ringworms.
Oh,
That's worm with a
Okay.
Y.
Yeah.
Worm with a Y. But yeah, it's the chances of you encountering earth eaters and a ringworm are. I mean, what are the odds of that happening?
Listen, look at our luck, right? Just look
Yeah.
at the luck we've had.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, DM. Like, you know, you're being a bit sus right now. That's
we've seen those
The
shifty
chances?
eyes.
Yeah, I saw him. He was like, "Yeah, what are the chances?" Evil laugh. Nope. I heard that evil
No,
laugh.
moles and worms kind of go together. It's only
Yeah,
so
Right?
no.
fitting.
I know I'm joking, but I mean, in all seriousness, Tolov would say, look, it's
Okay.
it's possible.
They're known to the area.
If you feel the
basically.
ground shake, I guess double back and run.
Mm.
Although
surely-
saying if there is one in our path, you know, we can disperse the earth eaters with the route. But I mean, if one of them is there, that, you know, they're not really sure, we'll have to just sort of hope that it doesn't cross their direct path. The ringworm. A ringworm is draconic. It's a sort of draconic subterranean serpent.
Yeah.
And each of its
Oh.
armored segments, can turn independently of each other, and so it burrows, it drills through the earth. They don't. Well, don't worry, but they don't eat meat.
More
They just
bones.
kill it.
Just the
Technically.
bones. Just
No,
the
no,
bones.
they eat crystal and gemstone.
Okay.
But
That's
if they
cute.
bite you, it does turn you into crystal. So they, you know, so
There's no
technically,
winning.
they don't eat
There's
meat,
no
but they do eat you. But they just turn you into
Crystal to
What
eat
they
you.
need.
Okay,
crystal.
right.
So
So if we do come
Don't
across one
worry.
of these, we should not run back towards the rest of the people we're trying to save, because then it's just a buffet. Who?
I suppose do your best to kill it or scare it off.
Okay.
Do loud sounds also terrify them as well, similar to the
No,
moles? Oh,
No.
okay.
Of course.
no,
it
nobody's ever been able to document anything that terrifies a ringworm,
doesn't. Okay.
Got
We
armored
will.
inter-moving plates. Oh, okay.
except the much larger creatures that dwell deeper below the earth in the
Okay.
Underhollow.
Maybe we should just stop. So.
Yeah, because there's always something. There's something
Yeah.
bigger,
Yeah.
There's always a bigger fish.
worse. Yeah,
Mhm.
there's something worse each level. I love
They're the
in
two
chat.
we
They're
need
like,
to know about.
yeah. Did you guys see chat? Chat's like, oh lads, imagine you could bite people into cheeseburgers. Night of the Living double decker.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just before you bite into anything. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god.
Definitely, yeah.
Listen,
2000.
grocery
all the
shopping
burgers.
would probably be a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Be
And
easier.
I still, because I'm terrible because I love it so much. I'm like, I wait to go to the cinema. Like, I want to, like, I always go if I can. I go at like the weirdest time to like go to the cinema because I don't like a full cinema. I'm weird. I don't like.
No,
like,
that's fine. Avoiding
and I
people is
wanna,
perfectly
yeah.
normal.
That's okay.
The last time, and when I saw part one of Dune, like I don't even go out to the cinema that much anymore. But I was like Dune. I was like, I like loved those books. I was like Dune, go see it. But I still, I'd been waiting for like Dune 2 to die down. So I was like, I want to go and have like very few people in the cinema, but I have to actually go see it before it leaves.
Before it goes off
Um,
circuit,
Yeah.
yeah.
Tomorrow,
Before it
11
goes.
a.m.
It's not like it's not too bad because it's like I having read the book, I'm not too worried about like anything being spoiled.
Well,
But
for you, yeah.
it's just the kind of thing. It's one of the few things that I'm like I want to go see it in a cinema. You know, I was like I wanted to see the first one in the cinema. It's just like one of those
Yeah.
spectacle films.
Yeah. I haven't watched it
I
either. I really want to watch it, but it's like again, it's one of those things where like adult problems keep coming in the way, and then
yeah,
life.
Oh my
exactly.
god, I love that. Adult problems. That is life in general. Gonna use
Yeah.
that every day. What's up
Adult
with you?
problems.
Adult problems.
Yeah. There's a lot of those adult problems keep on popping
Dino.
up.
Dino Bag says, "Yeah, headbutt a stranger, boom, chips."
Oh yeah.
What-
I love
Well-
it. I
But
love
what would you do for the salt and vinegar though?
it. Double tap.
Bloodletting? I don't
Get the minerals.
Yeah. You'll get plenty of salt, and if they were sweaty, it might be more salty than anything else. I don't know.
So go to the gym is what you
Yeah, exactly.
To get all the good chips.
The people who are basting themselves.
best
Flavor
chips in the
things.
gym.
So, yeah, it's about as much info, I suppose, as much of an edge now. In
Okay.
preparation for any kind of confrontation, because we're then not sure when you would happen upon like when you would come close to the territory. It's not much. Like Tolov has, they're saying that they're keeping in reserve like a couple of potions that they had brewed. They only have like one or two they're kind of keeping in case one of the children or something gets seriously injured. It's sort of but they do have it's not it's not much but where have I got my is this gone? Provisions. So they do have 4 doses of that herbal salve. So it's just the 1 HP, but it's,
Mhm.
enough that, you can get heal 1 HP. So there's 4 doses of that. However, it's divvied up, and they have 2 doses of this. It looks kind of like it's a like a rough kind of somewhere between granules and a powder. Like it's a sort of a very coarse powder of these dark orange little crystallized granules. There's 2 pouches of this. It's sometimes called ember salts, or more scientifically, salt of sulfur. But adventurers, or as you like to call yourselves, or crawlers, as most people tend to call you, call it phoenix fume. So it's a smoke. It's a smoke. So you burn this, and it will it wakes a downed PC. So you don't have to be stabilized, but essentially kind of like smelling salts, but you like ignite this, it burns the smoke if it hits their nostrils. So it can wake a stabilized PC. A creature though you will remain at 0 hit points, but be like up and about. You'll be standing. So you'll have disadvantage on attacks, spells, checks, and you'll move at half speed, but it can like wake you from being, like from dying, and you stagger around, and then you will stay conscious for a number of rounds equal to you'll stay for 6 plus your con mod. But if you did have, say, a negative, nobody does, but if somebody, say, had a negative constitution, if you had a -1 con, it'd be 6 -1. So the harder you are, the longer you'll be able, because it's keeping your body like awake. It's like adrenaline, that you're at 0 hit points, and then when
Give you a shot, yeah.
when you'll drop back unconscious, you will then still be like dying. You'll need to be stabilized. But it also basically it keeps you conscious for that many rounds or until you heal at least 1 HP. So like if you were to wake someone up, and like if you wanted to get out of a fight, you've got 2 doses of this. You've got 2 doses of Phoenix Fume, so you can, if you need to get out of dodge and wake someone up and like get them to just run and then heal, in a safe room.
Okay.
It's possible. That's kind of the best that they have. Yeah,
Necrocane.
Necrocane.
That's what I saw that. I was like, that's too. And I have Frank Ocean's voice singing in my head now, but singing Necrocane instead of Novocaine. So that's hilarious.
That is too
great.
funny.
It's definitely Necrocane. Definitely, I think that's definitely what people would be calling it. Phoenix Fume, Necrocane. Ember salts is more serious, and then salt of sulfur is what the like nerds call it. Alchemists and salt of sulfur.
Nerds.
Yeah,
nerds and alchemists like me.
Like that is what we are. What are we doing? Like right now, we are nerds.
Nerds. Yeah.
Fucking nerds. Nerds like me. So they do have these, these provisions, such that they are. I don't know if there's anything else you want to ask anyone in particular, or strategize amongst yourselves. I had been, I would have planned to take we would take a break in kind of the next like 15 minutes, but we push because we had the sort of unintentional break. Right. We could push a smaller break, like a little bit.
I'm happy to play through.
Further on.
I did have a question.
Yes.
Of the remaining adults, are there any who can fight? This is primarily if somehow we fail. Will there be anybody left behind to protect the wee ones?
Certainly nobody as good a fighter as any of you.
Okay. So if we fail,
or...
everybody's screwed.
No pressure, but pressure. Okay, cool.
Well,
got it.
Cool. Yeah. They all die.
I mean, even it might be good if we get to Earth Eater territory, the idea is that if you can at least, it's like you don't have to like wipe out the nest. If you can get to the nest, plant the stinky root, and kind of clear it. You need to essentially it's can you go ahead and clear plot a safe path for the survivors. Through to the other side. It's just kind of this nest is a bit of the stumbling block between here and the relative safety of the mountains.
And
Winter thinks Lantana should be thinking more about us and less about the children in the back.
Bobbin silently agrees.
We're never going to succeed if your attention is back there. Come on.
I love that Bobbin's like, you know what? Yeah. I can see it.
I'm just imagining the knife in the fingernails. Like,
got a point. I'm just trying to think of all the options. I just don't want them to have a horrific death if needs be. But
wait, and when Worsen will stop and say, "Are you suggesting to poison the children?"
No.
You say you don't want them to have a horrific death. Now you want to poison them?
No.
And Worsen's had that massive leap. Like, you don't want them to have a horrific death, but we're stuck here, so you want to poison them so they die peacefully. I don't know if that aligns with my beliefs.
No, I don't think it aligns with mine either. I don't. Okay.
Does Lantana have that much Kool-Aid?
Listen, I can whip out the batch real quick.
You see?
Give me a couple of fleas.
Those
All you need is small doses.
Those flesh-eating,
my God.
flesh-eating
terrible.
fleas. Oh my gosh! That is
Yeah,
so
I would
bad.
need tiny doses.
Warson's like now like looks at Lantana with a lot more suspicion. Like like that, like full on, like I like sussing you out. Like okay,
And I'm just gonna be like, okay, calm down, priest. Nobody is going to be hurting those children. I'm just
Lantana with the
trying to think.
Jonestown branded sippy cups.
oh hey kids, do you want to try something new? Wow,
Heaven's Cow and Gate. Oh, sorry, that was
that was so bad. That was
Lantana
so
is
bad.
just
real dark.
right.
Getting ShadowDark.
It's gotten far
It's getting-
beyond ShadowDark.
It's darker than ShadowDark. It's there was an anime
Getting-
called Darker Than Black.
Lantana.
Oh my god, I
You were
love
saying?
Darker Than Black.
Right?
Yeah. So Lantana is just going to kind of like look and be like, okay, never mind. Let's strategize. What are we going to do? Who is the quietest to get into the nest?
Unfortunately, I'm going to look at Bobbin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bobbin's like, compact,
Small. Mm-hmm. I
and
agree.
shifty.
I mean, if anything happens, we can distract them. I can distract to keep them out, out the way while she can sneak in, kind of thing.
That's
I'm good at making big noises. I could help with that.
Yeah, that's something we can do.
I want that on Warson's business card. I'm good at making big noises. I picture Warson in like a lab coat and and like glasses with like a little.
It's like, here's my card.
Like, need a big noise? I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have someone who's if we all provide a distraction, that would probably increase Bobbin's chances. But I don't want to go into the distraction first in
No,
case
of course.
this nest is bigger than we realize.
Because Peck is going first, would he get an idea of how big it would be beforehand? Because would he be quiet enough to?
We should probably check with Peck to see
If he's
if he is.
if he's willing.
Mhm.
Peck's plan is not to like go into the.
No.
No,
But
just
would
point
he-
it out.
Yeah, because he's obviously going ahead first, but it's like, is he quiet enough
That he won't disturb
going ahead
anything.
first that he
He'd
won't
probably-
disturb it first?
The nest would be sort of in their territory. He'll be able to identify their territory, but he's
Okay.
like,
Okay.
Beforehand.
unless you're really
Okay.
like, he'd be kind of. His plan is not to.
No, I
you
don't
know.
want him to set them off, you see.
Yeah,
I want him to be careful.
he might be able to have an idea of kind of maybe like
Gauge a bit.
as to the best of his ability.
Like,
I
I've
think-
already seen 3, so that means there could be 6 or
Yeah.
12. That kind of way. So, okay. So
Yeah,
it's
we
fine.
need to protect him as much as we can because he's the only other person who can lead them out of here
Exactly.
and us. So he needs to be
Sure.
kept
So the
safe.
minute he sees them, he needs
If-
to
he
be
needs to
straight
come
back.
back.
Well, I
Yeah.
think the thing
Quietly.
is, Tolov has kind of planned a route. I think the kind of, well, not the worst case scenario, but like, worst case scenario backup plan. Like, if you're not able to clear a path, or you all die in there, Peck might be needed to. Let's maybe try and pick our way through the dark and find a long way around, maybe, and hopefully not get eaten by something else. But this is sort of the safest route that they could reasonably find, where it was like, we've kind of got this one thing that we could, maybe deal with a nest of earth eaters, but if we can get the mole repellent in there,
We'll bring him in on our plans anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
like
to-
so he doesn't feel like he's bait, for
Yes.
example.
Yeah.
Like,
he'll be
especially
going
not
ahead
Bobbin.
and because
Yeah.
the thing is, Peck, it's just not confident that it's like, because if he gets caught out, he's not he's not a fighter, and like ultimately though he grew up, obviously he grew up in the Warren, like he grew up in a goblin warren. They do typically live in underground settlements. Kind of part of the reason he left, he was sort of yearning for the open sky. It's not really a goblin-y thing, but he's not. His preferred terrain is not necessarily underground.
Oh no,
Though
that's what I was just making sure that he wouldn't like set them off while he goes ahead of us and whatever.
No,
To
I think he'd
keep
be able
them
to get.
included in our plans and
Yeah, I think he'd be able to
Yeah.
get close enough.
to warn
But
us.
in a
Okay.
fight, yeah, he might be more.
Oh no, we'll send him back.
Yeah, just because you might end up having to like rescue him, and then it's like then
No, it's kind of like, thanks for the
might
heads
get
up.
caught off
Yeah.
guard.
Go to the back.
Yeah, like go. You did your job. Thank you. Now go live a long life
Go mind the
or
children.
something. Yeah.
Okay.
The
What was the plan, Lantana, you were thinking of with Bobbin?
Well, it was essentially, as you said, if we distract them enough, Bobbin should be able to get in. However, I don't think we should start with distracting first, just in case there are far too many of them. We'll have
So
to
we should
see. We'll have to
Assess
see if
how many they are, or
you'll
Well-
have
like,
to
like,
you'll
the lay
have
of
to
the
find
land.
the nest as well,
Yeah, we'll have to find the
because
nest.
it's a
probably.
kind of a territory with a few tunnels that they'll be kind of
Yeah.
milling around.
Mhm.
So if we find the nest, try and scout ahead. Then, if we can come back, formulate a plan. Great. If not, is there any sort of magic that anyone could cast on Bobbin to make their attempt a bit more successful? I know Bobbin is very light on their feet.
Well, Bobbin can go invisible
Yeah.
once a day. They
That's-
can.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
She
so
has her limited invisibility. It's like for just a couple of rounds, so it would be
we'd have to
for
know
the-
exactly where they'd
for the
need to go
moment.
to be quick.
Yeah,
So she could plant the.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a sound enough reason that she will probably save her invisibility
For
for
it.
the task at hand. Yeah, or the task ahead, I should say. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else in particular. Obviously, it's a role-playing game. You sit here and chat. You can stay here and talk to the NPCs as long as you want. That's just more time that I can just get prepped sessions ahead. That's all good with me.
You can, like,
This is
Winter
great.
might have
The longer I can, the longer I can stretch out what I've already prepared. That suits me.
Oh dear.
Winter.
No, we can't let him prepare.
That's not terrifying, but okay.
No, improv is worse.
Yeah.
Winter has the alarm spell, and she's kind of thinking as she's listening to the, I guess, as we're sort of preparing plans, Bobbin possibly going first in this. I know that I can attach the alarm spell to an object.
Mhm.
And I'm wondering if you threw that object way ahead down the dark corridor, would it, or like a ball and roll it, would it possibly let us know, give an alarm in my head as to upcoming danger?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, because what does the did it just sets? Does it? You can. I presume you can set it that you hear the alarm, say in your head or out loud, like it rings aloud, or what is the?
It's the way it's worded. It
Okay,
says you touch one object, such as a door threshold, setting a magical alarm on it. If any creature you do not designate while casting the spell touches or crosses the object, a magical bell sounds in your head. So it just sounds like it's an object. You touch one object. So if we touch something that's small and rollable, perhaps into the dark edges of the tunnel, without having to sacrifice potentially someone in the front. I don't know.
Yeah.
Strategy. She's just sitting in the back being like, how can I do the least amount of scary work?
Yeah, I would.
Totally
Fair.
fair.
Yeah.
I
But
think
yeah, if there are
in spirit, it doesn't say in spirit. I would say probably, kind of like the class like D&D, like a stationary one. But I'm happy for it to be, you know, that it's on that object and that object. I think I may just myself limit it to a stationary object, just because. Otherwise, because it lasts a day, then if it works, we kind of have a mobile alarm that we can just reuse all day. Because if it's a thing that we can just move around with.
Oh, yeah. I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. Stationary object.
I know it's as rules written. I know it, but it's I'm just thinking it might.
It would
break
have
things
an
a bit,
equal
yeah.
measure of problems as it would benefits, I would say.
Mm.
If anyone walks past
But,
you, it's just maybe.
Just triggers it.
Yeah. But okay, it's gone. But otherwise, I don't think Bobman's got her invisibility. That's about it. Otherwise, so I think because we did level up, so Lantana, Winter, and I think Warson as well should have gotten one extra spell, but
Yes.
Bobbin, so the thief and Vara the fighter, just got their HP. The spellcasters do get spells every level, although the thing is on the even levels, like a fighter, their weapon mastery bonus will go up because it's based on your level rounded down. So every time they do, you know, their progression does go up. Spellcasters get, you know, still continue to get spells, but the fighter does get better that way. But I
Probably
think
go
on.
sooner rather than later then.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well get.
I don't
over
want
and
them
done
to
with.
find us.
Yeah, we might as well not
Yeah.
be at a disadvantage, I guess. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's
you-
Mole
if there's
continue.
anything else, if there's anything you want to prepare, so just before we get to, we can really assume that, say, just as I'm gonna have put you. I'm just gonna load up this map, and then I will. I just have a marching order in place, but we can mix it around. You won't see anything yet. I need to just change the lighting. I just got the
Winter
fog up.
Winter will prepare her light spell on her dagger, I think, or at least get ready to do that when we
Sure.
start marching, I suppose.
Mara's got everything ready.
I will. Oh, okay. Oh, sweet. Okay, the your initiative tracker did fill in. What is that? Okay, sweet. So let me just go to the fog of war layer and the fog layer, and I'm just gonna. I will delete as we
So
go.
I am terrified because I got so close to dying last time, and I had now one extra hit point.
Don't tell me that. Wait, before we continue, did we get to long rest?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
You have everything back.
Everything's
Oh,
tippy top.
Did I just break the rules by saying that? Sorry.
Okay. Is that
Oops,
Can you see?
I love the style of this game, the maps and everything. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
Now,
Mm.
so as I think I said to I know this was on stream, but I said to Nelly and T about Warson and Lantana. They originally I had just sort of picked random colors for their tokens for the first game, the first session, and because we had, like, for instance, on these, I had done like just a gray outline token for everyone, and then put these, like, say, colored rings on. But we were limited in the number of colored rings, and so the black, like there was no gray one for Lantana, or say something like, you know, golden yellow or whatever. So whichever of those you want, Nelly, the yellow or the green, or we can make new ones. If anybody wants to change their colors, just let me know. I'll make new ones. But that's we got Vara, Warson, Lantana, Winter, and Bobbit. You can move yourselves around. I actually have you on the initiative tracker, just at the minute in what your marching order is. I'm happy to do initiative like out of like the crawling round initiative, almost in like marching order, because then if you've set yourselves up that like, right, well, you know, Vara's up front or Bobbin's up front, just in terms of taking turns of what you're doing as you progress through the dungeon, that it's like, well, if someone's up front, you know, if they're kind of waiting for them to do something. So until things get a bit messier or something happens, we can proceed that way. But you can decide amongst yourselves any kind of marching order. And just the other thing is, if you could just tell me your because I can't see your sheets, just what your HP is now after level up. So Kira, what's Vara's HP?
She's 14.
Sweet. 14. Warson?
No, I feel like I've done this so wrong. Mine is like 9.
So you had, I think
That
you
sounds
had,
right.
No, yeah, you had 9 HP at first level. As you were 9 and Vara was 10. So if you just somewhere just roll, and again you can roll in real life if you want. Roll a D6 for the priest.
Okay, come on, priest, give me. Oh no!
No.
Can I have a reroll, guys? Because like my rolls have been so shitty.
It hurts, doesn't it?
What
I rolled the
was-
one.
does.
I almost cried.
Did you? Was it
I
a
got
1?
1. I rolled a 1.
okay.
Yeah.
Then
but it is
Warson
what it
has
is.
10
Wow.
hit points. Bobbin, I actually don't, because I don't have. Obviously, Fona was just felt sick this evening, so don't have their. I don't want to. I'll have them. I don't know if they'd leveled up or not. Hey, welcome along, Vils. So I got. What was there? They had. I think they had 5 hit points. I don't know. I'll see.
I feel a bit better
for
about
now.
my 10. Wow.
Yeah, for now. Well, they have a D4. Yeah, I gave everyone max hit points at first level. So, yeah, I think they had 5. I'll correct it later. I'm just gonna roll a D4. Oh well, okay. That was a phone is gonna have to roll her own, but I suppose I'll go for an average. I'll give them 7 hit points for now. And sorry, Lantana.
I have 8.
8. Okay, and that was Winter. Sorry. Lantana, you have 8. And Winter, do you have 5?
Okay, you guys are so squishy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Stay at the back. Stay at the back.
Is Winter?
Yeah,
is Winter sorry,
now you
Winter has
understand
5?
the fear.
Yes.
Wow. Squish.
No,
Yeah, because I was.
I mean,
That's
you
a
could probably
D4.
squish her like a bug.
that's a
She's
D4
pretty,
hit dice. The D4 hit dice for you. Yeah, and you only in ShadowDark you only add your con mod to your HP at first level, so it does not get added on level up. Yeah. So you can move yourselves in kind of whatever sort of order you want to. That was just some marching order that I had. So as
Vara will
you
definitely go first.
yeah, so you basically you come through here, and actually, who has what do people's gear slots look like? Do people have? Because I'm happy for you to leave certain things back with, like if you had excess like weapons or something that you want to leave behind. Obviously, you can retrieve them. they'll be with the train of people, but there's also the herbal salve, which that'll take up. You can stack. So you can stack 2 of those per gear slot.
For each of us?
No.
there's
Well,
only
you got
4.
You got 4 in total, but two of them will fit in 1 slot.
I see.
But the Phoenix Fume takes up 1 slot on its own. The pouch of the Phoenix Fume.
Well, I will leave the rations then with everybody.
Yeah.
Same. I don't
Yeah.
think. I
So
don't feel
that
comfortable
frees
keeping that.
2 slots.
Mm-hmm.
I can
Just-
leave my flint and steel. I can leave with
Well, if you want,
Aaron.
otherwise, if somebody, because otherwise, if no one has a flint and steel, you won't be able to light your
the
torches.
torches. Never mind it yet.
I can. Well, I also have flint and steel.
That is true.
I have a lot
I'll
of free
keep it for now.
slots, so I
I've
yeah.
2 free left. I have 2 free now, so if I can take something if
My
I have a-
character
I-
sheet was wiped when I logged in, so I can't remember what I had in my gear.
I have
Apart
I
from the
have like
dagger.
6. Oh, I have 6 free slots, so I can take the solve and whatnot if needs be.
I think I do I. Oh, sorry. I'll check if I have the record there of
I don't think there was anything that I needed. I didn't have anything all that.
No, yeah, I know. Certain things
Yeah.
were like switched. Obviously, you would have like taken, new stuff. But
Did we rations? Do we use rations on our
you
last?
you need to consume so you would actually each be down 1 ration because you need to consume a ration when you take a rest in order to get your hit points back.
And how many would we need on this journey?
You would well, you'll basically need 1 a day, and you've probably got another 2 or 3 days before you get to Drakkengrave. But so I'd say you'll have enough, or they'll have probably be able to spare some. But just if you also want to leave your rations behind, you're free to do that. Obviously, we'll get to this. What is that stopped? So you do eventually, as you can kind of sort out what you're sorting out with all of your gear, what you're choosing to keep and what to take. You as you were traveling the next day, you come to a section of the Underhollow where it's all sort of converging. A wider open chamber converges into one longer tunnel. Tolov stops. The pet comes back, whispers something to Tolov. The procession has stopped, and they inform you that essentially that the Earthiest territory is up ahead. So the time to potentially sort of plot a safe path and sort of stink up the nest has come. When you say whenever you as a party decide you take the plunge and you come in, essentially this map is going to start here behind Bobbin at the back of this tunnel. It does it continues off to the south, continues back towards everyone else, but this is a little bit on, this is maybe like 15 minutes of trekking through the Underhollow to getting to this point of the tunnel. This is where you'll find yourselves once you're all happy to take the plunge. And also we'll have to decide. I think Winter, you were as well. You said you were going to cast light on your dagger, right?
Yeah, I guess I want to time it around depending on what the torch situation is. Because as soon as I fail it, I use it, don't I? So I can't remember what we did last time. Does anyone have torches?
I've got 2.
Yeah, I've got torches
Yeah.
as well.
I also
Yeah.
have torches. So we're
And
we're
I mean, I
torch-
think, you know, as far as these things go, you like, say if you are obviously if you have a one-handed weapon and you have a torch, in the other hand, you can hold the torch in one hand and attack with the other hand. If you did say want to, in the case of Vara or Warson, who might have a shield equipped, you can obviously you can carry the torch. If you're happy to, you can, with no sort of penalty to, you'll still get your movement and your action. If you can just drop your torch and then draw a weapon without any sort of, having to say use up your movement or your action to kind of, put
you.
the torch safely down and drop. But anytime you drop a torch, I mean, if it's dry and it's clean, it will probably stay alight. But if you were to say drop it in squishy swamp land, there's a decent chance we'll roll, a d6, or obviously if there's wind or something, there's always going to be some hazards with the light. So it's never like just a guarantee that you'll be able to drop the torch and you'll still have light for the combat. But I mean, use your judgment. I mean, in here it's not too bad. It's under the earth, but it's relatively dry soil, a lot of it kind of hard packed, so it's it's probably no damper than like a it's actually probably dry. It'd be drier than like a forest floor, probably.
I also still have Witchlight.
Yeah, no, you can. It would have been at this stage. Well, what is the duration on that? Is it?
It's just focus, and I actually have weapons I could probably use instead of using any of my spells if needs be. So.
Mm-hmm. Now, I think the thing we were saying with the Witchlight, so you do a focus check every round, right? So you, to keep it active, so if you give me, so that was, you cast Witchlight, so that was essentially, this is the following day, because you made camp that night, and then the following day, so I am going to need a spell casting check for Witchlight, for casting it as we come into this this area.
Yeah.
But if you fail a focus check, the spell doesn't disappear. The spell ends, but you don't lose it like if you failed on the initial spell casting check.
Do we want me to use Witchlight, or do we want to use a torch instead? Because I've got 2 torches that I can give to somebody else to use. I have no problem. I just need to have at least one or maybe both my hands free because I have a staff.
Okay. We should probably use the torches first. I feel like Witchlight's would be useful, like last minute type of thing, whereas we can use our finite resources, whereas you are a valuable resource. We shouldn't use it up too soon, I guess.
I do agree. We probably shouldn't set Lantana on fire. We'll use them as a torch last. Use the torches. When we run out of torches, we'll set the spellcasters alight.
I can use the great axe one-handed.
They are the Witchlight.
I like that. Dun, dun.
Dear.
You can use the great axe one-handed, yeah.
Yeah, so I can carry both.
So if you want to go,
want to start off that way.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're going torch and weapon, obviously your AC will be lower without the shield. The shield would be trickier to. That would take your movement or your action to, in the heat of combat, buckle it on. But obviously, you can do that if you think if hopefully you see a fight coming. But it's up to you. There's always that balance between AC, utility. That it's tricky.
I'll just ask the guys what they'd prefer, because Bar just wants to keep them safe. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean,
Which would you prefer? Does anybody want to carry a torch, or are you happy for me to do it, or would you prefer that I have
how
the great axe and shield?
how much light would a torch give? Because if
It's an hour, isn't it?
no, but
An hour, and
as in its
it
radius.
shines
Yeah.
out to a
Area.
near distance, which is
Like,
for grid purposes is about 30 feet, 6 squares,
oh,
a little bit more, you know. So
That's not that bad. So
I don't think Vara should be carrying a torch.
no,
I think Vara needs both hands,
agree.
both hands.
I was thinking if Winter or Bobbin was carrying the torch, and they were like that should still give us enough light to see.
Okay.
Surely.
Bobbin, is it a? Oh, I think it's a cross. Bobbin uses a crossbow.
there's just two hands.
They need their hands
She'll
for
need to be
Okay.
sneaky.
early.
So Winter.
Plus, she doesn't like the
Yeah,
idea
well,
of like having a light on.
Might as well just light
Let
my
her put a
dagger. then.
Beacon on her, and the sound of the fire would track her movement of them. If they can sense the vibrations, that wouldn't go
Oh yeah,
well.
while she's invisible, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bobbin just
see
realized.
a
She's
torch
like, wait.
walking.
He's like, wait, is the invisibility even going to help me?
Yeah, if you're.
If I'm back
They
far
see
enough
through
and
vibration.
everyone's shadows are cast forward, should be able to see. If I'm
Yeah.
behind, well, we should be able to see Bobbin. I'll do my
Yeah.
dagger, and then if I lose the spell, I can hold the torches. But
And hold the torch.
it's
Yeah. So
It's easier for me to hold my dagger
Should
at
be
the ready.
okay. 1,
Just
2,
roll
3,
a,
4, 5, 6. Yeah.
spellcasting check there for light. So that's it should still just be DC 11. So
6.
damn it. The dagger flickers dimly, and then the weave is not is not your friend today. You're feeling a bit cut off from the weave. There's extraneous circumstances down here beneath the earth.
So I lose light for the whole day. Oh.
You lose the light spell for the day.
No. Oh,
All right, I'll grab a torch. I'll just put my hand out for it.
oh no.
Do you need a torch? I can give you a torch.
Yeah, I don't have any torches.
Grant, I'll
Oh.
give you one of mine.
Awesome.
I also have I have 2 torches, so
I think Winter would. I think Winter would have. I'm fairly sure they'd still have a torch from the last, especially because I know your inventory got wiped. So I'm happy to say you've got a torch.
I've removed one of mine anyway. You can add
Yeah,
that.
I think I would have dropped my torches because I can just.
Did you have the? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, probably, yeah, maybe.
Well, I'll give you
take-
both of mine then. You can have both of mine then.
Okay, so I'm just gonna.
She trusts you with the light.
Just shimmy up to Vara.
Like, I trust you. You can do this. You got this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put the time being. I'm gonna put this little.
Do I have to roll with the torch, or does it just?
No, the torch you just light up. So Winter has got torch on. I just put the little orange ring, and then let me just go 1, 2, 3, 4.
So it's an hour of
6.
real time, right?
Yep, I'm starting
It's
a timer
two,
on
two.
my
Right
owl
time, right
there.
now. It's 222, lucky number.
And also
Oh, here we
I'm gonna-
go.
I'm gonna put an hour
Started.
on my phone too, just to. I wish I
Please.
can't. Couldn't get it to work. Just because it would mean Christian would have to be like running it and paying attention to the time, and he would have to control the time, and he's already got so much to do.
Oh yeah.
But there is, if you play ShadowDark at home or just offline, there is a great the creator's name is slipping my mind now, but if you Torchlight Timer, I think it's torchlighttimer.com, there's a great visual cue for like a torch or a light spell, and it has a little timer and it's a little animation and it burns down and it has like
So
3
cute.
stages, so it gets dimmer and dimmer and then it goes out. It's very good, and you
Extinguishes.
can have sound effects on and stuff. It's really cool.
Oh.
So I really wanted to have it like in the corner for the you and for like audience, for chat and stuff. But it's we just weren't able to. It just wasn't feasible to do it. But if a dedicated like plugin is ever made, maybe. But we don't have one right now. So yeah, if you are here, Winter has lit the torch. Vara, you can see. Well, I mean, all of you can, but if Vara is up front, you know, it's. I mean, it's a bit more than assuming you kind of move down a bit. It's not dynamic lighting like Roll20, but I'll be revealing the map sort of as we go. I've it blocked out. You can see just ahead of you, the tunnel splits off, so it's a sort of a dead end ahead, or like a not a dead end, a T junction, kind of thing. So there's a tunnel veering left and a tunnel veering right, or west and east.
Okay, well, she's out of range of the light now, so she's going to wait for
The rest
people
to catch up. Yeah.
to walk forward, but she's going to take it very cautiously, very gingerly, very quiet.
Well, we could. Yeah. Well, even if Bobbin will stick at the back. I suppose if Winter goes somewhere in kind of the middle, they're quite protected, and also they're central.
Yeah, I can stay the right distance away from Bobbin too. If I know that she's going to be just slightly ahead of Vara, for example, Winter will sort of hang back enough to make sure that the light doesn't shine on her, even if the shadows. Mind you, she'll be kind of guessing where Bobbin is, I presume, if she's invisible. But Winter will be calculating exactly the distance as she's walking.
Okay, just 1 second here. I just. Hey folks, where's it gone? Sorry, I just lost something in my notes.
That the monsters are not there and we pass safely. And it was all just a ruse.
These are not the monster moles you're looking for.
They are our friends.
And they will
speak to animals.
And they will give us all piggybacks all the way to Draken.
Oh my god, they could carry the children. We'd move so much quicker.
Yes, they would actually.
Imagine arriving at Drakkengrave and then they just see all these.
They would have to let us in.
And moles, and they'll think we're going to war with them. They'll think it's like
it's an army of children
active war.
Backs of them. Oh, that's so funny.
Yes. Is it not? Set up, Dave. Sorry, I was looking there for the. I thought it was set up, but the torch timer, it was channel points to add or subtract. What's that? I had been thinking like 100 points for 10 minutes plus or minus like 5 minutes on the timer, but I thought I had set up. Is that not set up as a macro? Damn, sorry, that's on me, Dave. I will make a note of that. Apologies, sorry, I was getting distracted by that. So for the time being, no one's doing anything particular, sorry, except we're just moving up
very gingerly. Yeah. And I've got both my sword and
let me move
shield out.
Bobbin up. So yeah, if we keep moving up just so that the one by one and keep sort of around the torch. I'm just going to reveal a bit now of so it's a bit, this is a bit more rough. You'll see as you sort of come up to the junction here, you can see this is probably a little bit more than you would see in each direction, but I had to sort of block out the light in chunks. Yeah, assuming the torch was kind of, this is,
just make out that there's, yeah. Is there any smell, wind, air, anything coming from either different side?
Give me a wisdom check. So in here, generally everywhere is like there's the light situation. It is dark here. Ceilings are on average about 8 foot high all around. You're seeing these tunnels. It is.
That was not good.
Oh.
Can I also roll because I'm close to Vara and I'm also trying to.
Yeah. Do if anybody wants to again, and if anybody wants to roll real dice as well, you.
Oh yeah,
can.
we were doing that the last time,
You
weren't
can.
we? 'Cause
Sorry,
that
what?
dice was
Oh,
mean.
really?
Yeah,
This
and
is
also because it
wisdom.
was wisdom.
Oh well, I already rolled it there. I rolled a 3.
Well, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
gonna
no!
say-
Why do I should stop trusting this system. I got
ShadowDark
6.
is mean.
Real, it is. It's It doesn't like anyone.
Living up to its
See
name.
this? You see this? I'm bringing out the real dice because they've always.
I know.
worked
I have my
bad.
dice.
Yeah, they've always.
That is
worked for me.
I don't have one. That is 50. Well, Bobbin
Little ghost
is
man.
sniffing the air, and Bobbin
That's so cute.
Bobbin smells. They say they can't really, like, they're just smelling just earth, just dirt, you know. Kind of dry. They have their bare halfling feet, and you know this feels kind of, the earth is cool, you know.
And would
It's-
Pet
it's-
to kind of go? Would he have directed us? Would he have told us anything? No.
I mean, he would. Thinks that the nest is probably somewhere lower than the level you're like on now. It's somewhere sort of, you know, under.
This is worth
here.
interrupting. Guys, the guy, people I'm staying with, he just brought me a bacon sandwich.
Oh,
Amazing.
So sweet. It's nice when you have like lovely hosts who
I
like
know.
feed you and treat you.
Sorry, I
well.
had to share. That was really nice. Plus bacon.
Aw.
No, I want a sandwich.
I wouldn't say no to a sandwich, but like my horse doesn't have opposable thumbs, so I'll make a sandwich later.
Yeah, they're not like sensing anything directly ahead, or at least from, you know, here. They don't. I mean, obviously
And
you
would
know,
we
they're only
notice-
they're only seeing kind of this much, but they're not getting a sense of anything ahead.
and nothing kind of looks as if it's going downwards yet. Like any
No slope or
steep-
something?
Yeah, that's the word I was trying to think of.
I mean, not that you can tell.
I'll bring the light up.
Yeah, so Vara will just say, guys, it's splitting, it's verging, and I have no real idea of where to go.
And yeah, I'll also say like I'm not familiar with these lands. It doesn't seem like there's any real difference. It all feels the same to me.
And I don't feel
like,
we
Warson
should
looks a
split up.
Yeah, Warson looks a little nervous when realizing that she can't pick up a difference in the space.
Well, this might be where I can help. I could set an alarm on one of the directions.
Something falls
and-
Oh,
Oh
For
yeah.
the other, and then go down the other, and I will be able to tell us whether anyone comes
that's
through in our direction.
amazing.
Yes, please. That sounds perfect. So you can just trigger
Yeah.
an alarm that someone can trigger
We'll
an alarm
say-
if they follow us. Yeah.
Vara's
Vara-
just so impressed right now. She's just
Yeah.
like, wow.
Warson has moved that way, so say sort of. Again, I'm not obviously as rigid with the out of combat initiative. So if Winter is up, then doing her thing. So are you what sort of threshold? What tunnel are you setting the alarm?
Well, let's say I. How do I click here? What about something like if there's a rock or a boulder or something about here? And so if we go up in this way, if
Yep.
anyone comes down through this tunnel or through this tunnel, then
Yeah, so
we will.
you're alarming like this pass, essentially this.
Exactly
pass.
where you got
They
it. Yeah.
cross
So if
this.
there's a stone or a something
Yeah.
fixed that I can touch, yeah, maybe a little bit up here, just so the kids don't. Well, I guess when I cast it, I can specify who doesn't trip it.
Yeah,
So I will
just-
specify our group.
Yeah. So now
Specifically.
the if you have real dice or you want to roll, then you can roll off the sheet, or if you want to roll on Albert's got. Damn it! I
What?
clicked out of Albert. Okay, wherever you want to roll, if you make that DC 11 spellcasting check to cast Alarm.
And do I?
I love it. We both do the
7.
same thing.
7. Do I add anything to that?
You got
Like a
7
D-
on. You got 7 on.
I rolled a
the
7
die.
on my dice.
Do you want a boon
Your
or something?
spellcasting mod, like, what is your modifier? Is it
Yeah.
+3 or +4?
Where do I?
It'll be it should be somewhere in your
Under
sheet. It'll be
spells.
like spellcasting. It'll be like, it
Yeah.
should say somewhere. Unfortunately, sorry,
um,
I can't see your sheets. But
It's like if you look at your spells, you like scroll beneath the spells. It'll say bonuses plus whatever to spellcast roll.
+1 to spellcasting checks.
so that's what you've already got
So
from the
8.
talent roll. So it'd be +1 plus whatever your intelligence modifier is.
Intelligence is +0. No, we switched that. I screwed that up, didn't I, last time? We fixed it. When I re-imported my thing, it switched back. I think
Yeah.
wisdom
Yeah.
or intelligence.
Intelligence. It should have been.
So it +2 intelligence and then 0 wisdom. We changed it last time, but I re-imported my shadow.
Yeah,
things.
let me have a look. I'm fairly sure that Winter's bonus was +3 to spellcasting checks, which is still just a 10 and not
Yeah.
11. But
+2
just-
and then the
let me
+1
just-
for the bonus.
let me just try and
So 10. I still didn't make it.
Well, let me try find
Is
the
there a
sheet. Hang on.
Is there a number next to your spell, the spell name, like in the black box? There might be a plus whatever next to the spell name.
Yeah, I usually have a plus.
I'll roll it in chat on Albar and see what it adds. It just adds +1. 11 +1.
Hey, that's.
But that's because I screwed up here. Let me +2. Lower this. Wait. Shit. 0. No.
Whoa!
No.
No, you have a good
I'm
roll.
not. I'm hitting the wrong things.
Yeah, you
Um,
should be +3, I think, because you have
Yeah.
+2 is like
yeah.
your intelligence, which you cast with, and as an elf, you have far sight, which gives you +1 spellcasting check. So that's, I think you had +3, and then I think that the talent you rolled at first level gave you an extra spell. So I don't think you got any other bonuses from anywhere else. It should be +3, but
So 10. I think it was an 11.
it was 11.
So-
It's 10 plus the tier of the spell. So
Well, that
unfortunately,
sucks.
this
Never
is-
mind.
Uh,
The wizarding powers are elusive.
These rules really suck.
The tunnels, the darkness, mean down here.
If you get lucky, you can technically keep casting indefinitely. But yes, it is.
Can we have a long
is
rest here?
magic is mercurial and devious.
Well, I'm 2 spells down.
That's
Magic
scary.
missile is luckily cast with advantage. So that is winter. Lantana is what is Lantana thinking right now? Are they doing anything in particular?
Well, they can't really do anything just yet since, we already have a torch and a lot of their spells are offensive. So they'd need to be a bit of combat to do anything. So they'd probably just keep trudging along.
Yeah, it's okay. You could use the offensive spells. The children are all in bed back at by spells. contain suggestive situations.
Yeah,
Um,
a lot of the spells. No, but some of the spells are actually freaking terrifying. So
Yeah, some of the witch spells are great.
I know, I love them. I can't wait to use them properly.
So, um,
I rolled the
problem
wrong
is
dice. I rolled the.
12
I didn't
sided.
roll.
Is that D12?
I rolled the wrong big one. The not
Oh,
so
well
big
then,
one.
yeah. Okay, well then re-roll.
Okay.
Yeah, roll the d20 plus 3.
Okay.
Plus
Glad
3
I
for your
just dumped.
spells.
Glad I just dumped that out. Sorry, guys. 13.
So 16, yeah. So, or
Okay.
so
There we go.
the alarm, yes, it is.
This
Sure.
A sec.
There's a lot of different dice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I always
You
have
won't
to like
need
triple
you won't
check.
need most of them for this. Just keep the D21 kind of separate, and it should. The hell is that? Just me, or is?
Something happened?
Oh yeah, everything just looked like went blue for me.
Oh.
Not blue screen of death, but Albert
Yeah, I
Rodeo.
was
I
like,
was just gonna say it like
I went to
like
draw.
blue is a very scary question.
I went to
color to
draw
have.
something, and it's like, hang on, I'm gonna reload this. God damn it. So yeah, well, the alarm has gone off. So oh, Dave has just tipped the Technomancer. You can too.
Hey!
Scroll down and click that button, folks. He deserves
Yeah.
it.
Totes.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there when I tried to draw on the map. Everything like went blue. I thought I made the whole map blue. So the only thing is it's annoying is whenever I reload, I have to reload the music links, and I want to do it quickly because the default music on the music player, I don't know if it auto plays or not, but if it does, it's bad because some of it is taken from like because the default music was not meant to be streamed because it's like from like the Zelda franchise and stuff.
So it's like copyright
Copyright.
strike.
Yeah, so I don't want to get copyright struck. This is all obviously the Eventide music, which I'm using is royalty free, but it's this. Yeah, it's like you have to reload the sound files each time. It doesn't save it.
It's weird.
It's weird. I'm still very grateful to have like a music player that I can use in Elbear. So we have some music, but okay. I will maybe not draw a line. So so yeah, that was that has been alarmed. Lantana wasn't doing anything in particular. Bobbin's not really doing anything in particular. So we'll go back to Vara. So we're moving presumably down. Why is okay? We're gonna. Oh my god! Never mind. That is not a line.
No, very much
It
not.
was a line.
Well, I was gonna try.
has
So,
lines in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, marker. Go. Hey, there we go. That'll do.
Hey.
But it's alarmed. Apologies, folks. So yeah, Vara. We're presumably pushing on in this direction. Now there is the option for the round. If no one's doing anything in particular, we can spend the round. We can assume you all just kind of move in that direction and you can kind of align yourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, now that the trap or the alarm is set, I think just to best push on now, and because we're running out of light.
Yeah, time and light. Very much a concern.
Well, we have
Don't
What,
mind me rolling
3
dice.
more torches.
Oh, I know, but I mean,
And
we've
Also-
only got 38 minutes now left, so
I'm just worried about like worms come out of nowhere, and Hans Zimmer's music playing in the background.
God.
Worms, man.
Worms, man. Gotta be. I
So-
already worry about that in a work setting. I don't need that in a game setting.
That
Animals, yeah.
okay.
Okay, I was like, that requires some unpacking. Like, what do you
Yeah.
do? Are you like
Yeah,
at
I was
risk
just
or
like,
something?
I hope it's not people.
No.
Worms.
So yeah, you
Oh,
can see
God.
it is forking again.
Damn forking.
Guys,
Oh.
this is unforking believable.
That's gotten really weird.
Some of
for
the
me.
maps have gone.
Yeah, the map
Yeah,
has kind of gone
Oh,
a
yeah.
bit
Yeah,
wonky.
it got
Hang on.
like it just shifted like
Got-
a.
Yeah.
There's a cave in.
Oh, there we go.
Ah! Don't give him
Yeah.
ideas.
Oh, shit.
Oh well,
Don't know what-
the map
yeah.
has spoken.
You did not hear me. You heard nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's weird. The image, the map was like it was locked, so I thought maybe thought it was moving. It was like weird. Yeah, it was like some fog came over it.
Fog. Yes.
Like the fog of war. So you can see it is fogging again.
And from that side.
These guys, we're gonna have to make a decision.
Okay. Lantana is going to see if they can smell anything.
Sure, give me
Okay.
a wisdom check.
Oh yes, let's try that.
Be
again.
very wise, please.
Oh, nice. Okay, so that is a 16.
16.
No.
Can you smell anything? Where is Lantana? You say you
Like, I'd move closer.
yeah, you smell something.
Like, is there any
Yeah,
extra mustiness?
Smell a I
somewhere?
was just about to say you smell a mustiness somewhere in the distance down this direction.
Like- It's like
Okay.
super damp.
Not like damp, but just kind of a bit musty.
So stale. Okay, what about down this way? Does it smell slightly fresher, I guess? I
You
don't
didn't
know.
smell. I mean, it just you kind of got that, that dirt smell. It's very faint. You've smelled like, it could be like, like maybe it's, maybe it's something furry. Maybe it's mushrooms.
Mm,
But
Maybe it's
Mushrooms
dead.
growing on the meat.
No,
the
the flesh
mycelial
fleas.
connect.
The flesh fleas don't leave the meat
Oh, yeah,
around
that's
long
right. I
enough
forgot
for
about them.
mushrooms to grow.
Mycelial network.
I
Maybe
don't
I'll
remember
follow
if that
that.
was mycelium.
Yeah.
I don't remember if that was said on or off stream about the flesh fleas.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
too sure.
So
Oops.
Flesh eating
Uh,
fleas. Good times.
Okay, so I'm just going to convey that I can smell a mustiness going down one side of this. Like if it was like going to be a mushroom mustiness or any sort of like organic material mustiness, then technically, like, does it smell different from where we just came from?
Mm.
slightly. But
Okay.
again, it's a good check, but you probably have a better nose than most people who don't live sort of in the wilds. But not like
I'm not a
as
beagle.
cute as a you're not exactly. Yeah,
Not as cute as a
exactly.
beagle. Was that what you're gonna say?
Not as acute as a beagle.
Oh, I heard not
I heard
as cute.
cute.
Yeah.
I heard cute too. I was like, not as cute as a beagle. That's hard to
Yeah.
compete
Apologies.
with. Beagles are
No, Lantana is at least as cute as a beagle.
Beagles are cute, but they're also crazy. I have a beagle, and I'm allowed to say that. He
I've
is,
worked with them. They are.
he is nuts. His name is Porthos.
Oh.
Very
That's so
sophisticated.
Gosh.
Distinguished
Um,
gentleman.
He's
Yeah.
anything but. So, okay, it smells musty to the right, not as musty to the left. And the right smells different from where we were. So I'm going to relay that and say I think that it's probably the nest is probably down to the right-hand side.
Vara will probably be like, right, probably nesting. They're home, living there. Let's go. She's just ready to fight, so she is, and you're just like, you have to be cautious. Just remember that.
We need to
Warson's
be
gonna-
careful.
Yeah, Warson's gonna give look at Vara like cautiously. Okay, like
She'll look back and go, oh yes, quiet.
So
yes.
yeah, if Winter is moving up to kind of need to be sort of moved up a little bit, yeah, so that I suppose the light can at least shine. Yeah, from there it'll at least shine down.
Lantana's probably going to keep taking like gentle but deep breaths as they keep walking, just to be like, just to
Is it getting stronger with?
just exactly just let the smell, I suppose, permeate their nasal membranes or whatever the.
So
My sense of smell is usually so bad. This is God.
hey, sorry, that's component cast. We've been raided. Welcome to the ShadowDark. It's
It's lovely.
nice, awesome. Thanks very
Nice
much.
and musty.
We are playing. Yeah, it's nice and musty here in the ShadowDark.
Lots
So
of
as
musty
you,
mushrooms.
yeah, I know this is not exactly precise. I probably should have you can see let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you know what I'll do actually is bear
Every
with
time
me,
you
I'll
say
actually-
that scares me.
I'll put how can I do this now? Oh, do you know what? It's not worth it because it'll just be more confusing. I was going to try and put a sort of like a ring around the radius that the light is being shed. But if Winter is moved up just a little bit closer, you can assume you can see this roughly.
Mhm.
Okay, cut.
Oh,
Okay, there we go. So a larger chamber lies ahead. You can see these are like stalagmites or stalagmites.
Mites from bottom,
up.
tights from top.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so they are providing some kind of blockages. The ones, if it has a little dot in it, it is floor to ceiling, so it's like a pillar.
Ah.
I mean, you can still see around them, but you can't see over them. But it is sort of at the edge of the light. Vara, could you give me a wisdom check, please?
No,
No.
okay, thank you.
Oh, you're
that-
playing. I've never played Lancer, but I know some people who play it.
Oh,
I always kind of wanted to
God.
play it.
Oh.
Our raiders have just come from playing.
That was terrible.
What was
That
it?
was
This
a
game is
5.
out to get me. I
No,
swear.
just use real die because like
Use
this
physical die.
I'm getting
Yeah.
my other one because that one's
This is
bold.
real die.
Yeah.
Roll the right one.
Yeah, you're somewhat
I'm
somewhat.
gonna get the one I
blocked.
got at Adventure Con because that other one is bold.
Straight to dice jail.
Is
I
Vara?
have a dice jail.
Yeah.
dice
Oh
jail's
yeah.
the
You're
way
going.
to go.
Is Vara pressing?
Oh, those
on
are
and-
beautiful.
Yay.
Those are really nice.
Thank you.
Oh,
This one
right.
glows in the dark. This one glows in the dark. This one just like is a bit chunky, which I like.
Oh, nice.
Chunky,
Yeah, that's
chunky.
cool.
I like the chunky ones.
Into dice jail you go. It
Are
is
we
now
talking
contained.
about?
That
Are
is
we
so
still
cute.
talking about dice? I like the chunky ones.
them chunky.
The
I like them big.
I like them chunky.
Chunky. Hey,
I love that song.
it's so good. It's such a. And then, coincidentally, the hippos are one of my totem animals for one side of my family. So
Ah.
I love hippos.
awesome
Yeah.
elephants for one side of my
Hey!
family.
Good animals. Good
Oh
animals.
dear.
I have the memory of an elephant.
Which is pretty.
I want to know, does Nelly have the kill count of a hippopotamus?
In this game we hope so.
For legal purposes, I'm gonna say no. But
Yeah,
you know,
these calls are recorded.
yeah. So, but if you want, you can DM me for the real answers.
Yeah, well, surely only Mikey in chat says they got very lucky on their rolls in Lancer today, so hoping that it rubs off on you all there.
Listen,
Yeah.
we'll need
Yes,
it. We
help
need
us.
it.
Likely.
Yeah, please share your
So-
good luck with us.
Yeah, Ivara, are you pressing? Are you
She
pressing?
will,
Let me.
she'll go as far as kind of like the light will let her.
It's kind of. I mean, it's starting to get a bit shadowy, sort of past these.
Oh, she doesn't want to go that far.
You know.
Okay. She'll kind of go turn it around that kind of like curve there and just kind of peer around.
It's still
See if
quite
it's there. Still there's nothing much.
quite dark. So Warson, if we were kind of going in marching order, like Vara, Warson, and I'm not as strict with the out of combat. It's just more so. It's kind of more so just to. I'm content with kind of just checking in to make sure that everyone gets a turn per round, gets to do something per round. Is anyone else going to move forward, or are we waiting for the light to catch up a bit more?
I need that light. I would like that all the light support.
I'll step forward and
I'll
if
step
any-
in front of you though, so you're not in front.
Well, Winter, as you step forward with the light, could you make me a wisdom check, please?
See, it was a trap.
Always a trap down here.
Oh wow.
Well,
6.
you didn't. Yeah,
Oh, I should have rolled the dice.
Yep.
Next.
you
Yeah.
didn't.
Someone catch
you
me next
didn't-
time.
You
You
didn't
want a jail?
notice. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Well,
Stress.
it just as you move just up to there, the light spreads enough, into this near distance, into this, illuminating the rest of the chamber, and you do see. It noticed you just as you stepped in, even if you didn't notice it. Oh, why is it?
Oh,
Oh, we got the
Nah.
little
Why the
Dr. Zoidberg type
why is
of.
the health bar look like that? I don't know if you could. Can you see that health bar?
it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
it's not
it
how
looks
much health it has because
Why
that's
is it
just
like
rude.
no? They weren't.
It's looking hella suspicious.
They weren't that long. The numbers haven't changed. They weren't that long before I reloaded this. This isn't like a
We're never gonna win.
It kind
This
of looks
isn't
like
like
an ood.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
This is just before I get. So I didn't have time. I was going to draw one because it's very difficult to find suitable art of a big monstrous tentacle faced mole. That's not something that people that.
Fair.
But this is Rick Hershey from, I keep wanting to say Fat Goblin Games, but it is now Publisher's Choice stock art. But this Chul, if you can, just imagine that this is a little bit
Oh.
more furry and no eyes, but that gives the tentacle mouth vibes pretty good.
Oh, it's just
Is
it
it-
shivers up my spine.
Is it outwardly hostile towards us right now?
Yeah, so it turns this you're hearing this, this sort of you're hearing this sort of a vibration in the air as we are going to roll initiative. It turns its face towards you and you see these tentacles sort of were like searching out, and then Winter, you can see when you step, they all sort of turn and twist and then lock and they point directly at you, and then they start quivering and they
no.
and then it draws its claws upwards as we are going to
Oddly enough, my
roll
dice rolled a
initiative.
14.
Hey, there we go.
Hey, the dice, you got a 14 on the dice.
Yeah, on physical dice.
That's
Nice.
that's where she.
So what? Okay, so Ulvara, then what was your initiative? Was it 14 altogether?
Yeah.
Or...
Oh no, sorry. Sugar.
Or do you-
Dexterity. 15.
Okay, so yeah, it'll be a D20 roll plus your dex for
Yeah.
initiative.
15.
Warson, did you?
Yeah, I rolled a physical die, which let me down. Still, I got a 7. It's fine.
Okay.
I'll use the chunky one later.
Winter, Nika, did you?
I just rolled a 12. I don't. What do you add? What
Your dex,
dex.
so plus
Dex.
whatever the
Alright, so
modifier.
just 12.
12 is this. Okay, my music just stopped for some reason. Is the music stopped for anyone else?
I usually mute tabs.
I don't actually have
Yeah, that's fine.
extension to listen to.
Yeah, I
so
think
don't
it's.
know.
I think most of the time it's. Oh yeah, it started up again. I think it's weird. Yeah, I know it's not as perfect. So 12, yeah, Winter. 12. Lantana.
I also got a 15, so I rolled a 14, and my dex is +1.
Wow.
Okay, I will leave it up to. Does anyone have preference for Lantana or Vara going first?
What I would recommend is if I go first, I could try and hypnotize it.
Yeah.
Happy to, as you said, do that kind of way rather than distracting it. And
Yeah. Bobbin got 21, so they'll go first.
Dude,
It
that's
also had Warson. What's your dex mod?
it's I'm not very dexy, -1.
Okay, so it'll
I'm too buff.
So
Yeah,
too buff. It is, though not particularly dexterous. It is more dexterous than you, so it will go. It'll go ahead of you. It got a 7 as well.
Okay.
So just for okay. So we had Bobbin, then Lantana is gonna go, then Vara, then Winter, the Earth Eater. And then Warson. I think, is that right? And then yes. And then is that right? And then if I should sort it, if I go down, right? I think it should sort it out. Oh, hang on. Does that work? Yep. Okay. So Bobbin then is up first. I mean, seeing everyone has kind of freaked out, she can hear something moving up ahead, and can she see what is the range on
Bobbin go? I wouldn't have said Bobbin would move.
I think
When Bobbin stays, yeah.
I think they're going to take like a step. Sorry, I'm just going to put a sort of whatever kind of. Oh, sorry. I think Bobbin is going to like sort of just move to here into this kind of little corner just around, so she's a bit blocked behind this, and then is waiting sort of with bated breath, and they are going to essentially just wait and see. They have their crossbow loaded, ready to go, to sort of see what way it turns. If this thing charges, then they will they'll kick into gear on their next
and our
turn.
light is starting to dim down now.
Yeah. So
Ooh, crap. Just in time.
yeah. So then that is Lantana.
Hypnotize, don't let me down. That is a 19.
Yes.
Woo! There we go. Okay.
I love my dice.
Like physical dice? Or is
Yeah.
it like ShadowDark? Okay, good. Because
They have, like-
nice. Oh, metal.
They like have like
Oh,
a
they're
weird kind of like
gorgeous.
rainbow gradient.
Yeah.
Oh, those ones, not the
pretty.
black and red ones that you were showing off.
Oh no, the ones that look like blood. No, I can't find that bag.
So yeah, it is level. It is thankfully it is level 3. It's a level 3
Oh,
creature.
beautiful.
So it is. You see that it's like it looks. You're sort of facing winter. Lantana comes up, sort of pulls a little. It's like on a little kind of hempen rope and like tied to a little sort of spindly stick is a cross of like a cross of bones, and it's pulled and Lantana spins it and it starts to like spin around. The free hand does a gesture, mutters some words, and then the earth eaters, the tentacles, which were quivering that way, just sort of like turn a little bit towards Lantana, and they start kind of like twisting and sort of just like lazily, like just sort of going,
I'm imagining like a wacky waving flailing lob flaming tube
Yeah.
man.
Just imagine that this giant tentacle-faced mole has just like taken MDMA, and it's just like it's just like
It's having a rave of its own, just
yeah,
like
it's
there in
just
some
like
little
in
cave,
a
like
rave mode.
Feeling the
Yeah.
vibes. all
Feeling
of
the vibes. So it is stupefied. So it is just sort of,
Nice.
just
Yay.
slack. Its shoulders slack, and those vicious-looking claws have dropped to its side. That was your action. You can still move. Remember, it does say if you break line of sight
tight.
with it.
It
gets
can
to-
do a check. So I don't plan
Yeah.
on breaking line of sight. So I'm just kind of going to whisper over my shoulder and say, if we're going to plant that bulb, we'll need to do it soon.
Mhm.
And actually, I have a question. I probably should have
Right.
asked earlier. But in terms of the nest, when they say nest, I suppose we didn't get an answer as to how many there could be in a single nest.
Yes, sorry. Thanks. Well, Peck's estimate, he's guessing it was 6. Sorry, also, there is they described you would notice the nest would be the soil on the ground would be heavily sort of turned, like fluffed, this sort of like soft soil, and you would see kind of essentially like beds or little indentations in the dirt. There doesn't seem to be anything like that here, so this doesn't seem to be the actual the nest itself. You'll
shit.
notice like it'll be all turned earth, and it said there might also be
Okay. Could be
uh,
protecting the nest.
stalagmites and stalactites
Sure.
would be heavily scratched. There's a couple of scratches on these, but they will hone their claws. So I'm sorry, that was my bad. I forgot to say in the info dump that they would. You'll recognize the nest by those markers.
Okay.
When you see it.
So this is probably just like
A
The-
wandering.
the nanny, so to speak.
Or the guard. The nanny guard?
Yeah,
They do wander, like they would be wandering, hunting and other things, looking for stray
So,
creatures.
Vara, if you are going to do something, you'll need to do it
No.
quick because this doesn't seem to be a nest. And I can't let it go now.
But if I hit it, that would wake it up, no?
No,
Not
Okay.
not with hypnotize. No, you can just.
Fantastic.
you could literally just kill
it's
it right now.
just-
Oh my god, that's gonna be brutal. But yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is. She's gonna go whenever it's her turn. Yeah.
It's her turn next.
Next.
Fantastic. I love this.
Perfect timing.
Okay, so she will crouch down, kind of thing, to kind of. I know she knows it's hypnotized and whatever, but she's still going to be cautious enough. And she's going to, that little gap that's right under there.
Hmm?
So she's going to get her great axe
Ooh,
and go up for it,
soft bits.
hopefully. So, do I do it two-handed, one-handed, two-handed, one-handed?
Two.
Two,
Drop
okay,
that sword.
more
Drop
force.
two.
Let me get my
Yeah.
D10.
But
let me
whatever
get my D10.
whatever you've decided, now that'll mean you won't have your shield on. Obviously.
No, she'll place that down. That's it.
I mean, you can have it on. You'll have it on your back.
Because she's like sneaking up, so she'll just like pop it on her back, take the axe with two hands,
Mhm.
and dear God, these dice better be good.
I actually feel
An
so
8.
bad.
8.
Now
plus
you
one,
feel bad?
9.
Well, I
Eight.
thought
+1.
Is it not because great axe?
It'll be
1d10
your-
plus 1.
Oh, for damage to hit will be
Oh, plus 3.
Well, I think you'll hang on. You should have.
I did a
Hang on,
grapple.
Let me just. So, what is your strength +2?
Strength is plus 2, yeah.
Yeah, hang on.
And I rolled an 8 on my d10.
Mhm.
So the dice are good.
I always
So
roll
when
D10.
since you
Wait, is
leveled
it
up, your
D10?
weapon mastery went
Isn't that
up. So
D20?
Oh.
you roll a d20, and then it'll be
Yeah.
so you'll be So you got plus. So you should be now at level 2 +4 to hit with the axe, because you have your modified, like your attack bonus will be your strength, so +2. And then currently at level 2 with your weapon mastery with the great axe as your like mastered weapon, you get a total of +2. You get a base of +1 with it at level 1, and then you also get to add half your level rounded down. So at first level, that was 0.5 rounded down to 0, but now that you're level 2, it's your half your level is 1.
That on my sheet.
So yeah, so you'll have
Oh,
+4,
yeah, 'cause you're
and
a
it also
fighter.
means your damage, because you get that weapon mastery bonus to the damage too. So when you hit, it will be your damage dice +2 on weapon attacks. Again, being the fighter, that's the thing that you're good at, which is like weapon attacks. Nobody else gets to add anything to
Yeah.
any of their like damage rolls. That's
Okay,
just the thing the fighter
so-
does is fight.
Yeah. All she
Nice.
does is.
But you got an 8
Kill
on the
things.
dice, right?
Well, that was on the D10, but I didn't.
Oh,
roll
on the D10.
D20.
Yeah, roll
Hold on.
your D20.
Hmm.
13.
+4, 17. Yeah, they actually, sorry. Roll with advantage because it's stupefied, just in case you crit. I completely forgot about the stupefied. With all the rolling happening.
That was a 10.
Okay, so you'll have to get just up, up next to it.
Oh, yes.
One of these squares.
that should be no issue.
Yeah. As you do, make me a wisdom check.
Another one pops up. There's another one.
Shit.
There's another one.
And another one.
Oh,
Khaled.
Jesus. A 2.
Yeah.
DJ Khaled.
DJ Cal. Yeah. So
You're going to go into the dice jail too.
that's it. I'm gonna start, because when I reloaded the timer restarted, but I still have it on my phone anyway, so there's about 10 minutes left on the torch.
Okay.
So yeah, sorry. So that's definitely a hit. So that's a roll of D10 +2 for the damage.
6 plus 2, 8.
Nice.
Ooh, so it you don't kill it, but why is it? Hang on, it's really weird.
Yeah,
It's,
because
like,
that's a lot of health it's
it's
got.
got 2. Oh no,
It's
hang on,
really
sorry.
suspicious.
Sorry, I said it's
That's
HP.
better.
I said it's HP 2-8 instead of taking 8 damage off. So, yeah, I don't know why the health bar is so long. So, like, Vara just rushes in. It's already super fight. It's, you know, you just go in with the great axe, 2 hands just going right in under. It cuts like most of the way through its neck. You feel the spine, and just you think it's because the blade gets caught in between 2 vertebrae that it locks, and you kind of jam, and you pull it out. There's a huge gush of blood. It's unnerving because it's not reacting. It still just is in this sort of like euphoria, like when the blood is just pumping.
Oh, so
out
it
of its
doesn't
neck.
feel it. It's all okay. It's fine.
Yeah, as you're doing that, you hear to your, like, you hear from this direction.
Yeah,
You
I
hear
knew
from
it.
the, like, down that path. You hear this kind of, you know, the quivering,
Oh.
and you just get that feeling. You can, like, just beyond the light isn't quite reaching from around the corner. But that was movement and your attack. So,
Woo!
Winter.
Right. I will magic missile that
Okay,
dude.
so you can roll twice.
All right, 2
And take the
plus 3 is
better
a
of the 2.
5. A 7 plus 3 is a 10. Come on.
3.
What's up?
So that was you. Yeah, okay, with advantage. Damn. That is does. Oh, I'm looking. Does
Do I lose magic missile too?
does Winter have a Winter have a boon?
No.
Yes,
sorry, I
Winter
missed
has a boon. Yeah, Winter does have a boon.
Okay, if you spend that boon, then you'll like the lowest you can roll is 1, and then that's the 11 that you need. So if you spend
Alright.
the boon, you can magic missile go off and you can keep it.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that.
Oh, I should have used my.
Sure.
I know.
No,
Nope.
no.
Yeah.
The answer is no.
Dave just gave 1d4 healing to the poor creature that can't defend itself.
Oh, come
Like-
on.
Why
That's
would you
sweet,
do it?
but
You're
also
awesome.
damage.
Oh, 3 health.
You will say?
Wow.
You were. Thank you, but
Um,
I'm not gonna forget this.
sorry. So magic missile damage.
2.
2. Oh, that is. So these go flying. They knock it back. Dave, you're murdering it while it's paralyzed. Yeah, that is fucked up, Dave.
It
I'm glad
is. I felt
is.
really bad about
These
it. Now you're just
horrible-
making it suffer
I think
longer.
it's
Horrible
fine.
people. They
You
should
couldn't
make
feel it. It was
longer.
fine, and you're just prolonging it.
You're
could've been a
prolonging
quick
the torture.
Yeah, who's the problem?
Who's
Who's
the
the
bad person
sadist
now?
here?
You're gonna kill it, and then you look. Yeah, Dave's gonna find. There's a little DNR bracelet on them.
It's
And
like,
big-
release me.
Thank you,
Let
Dave.
me go.
So,
It was an
does
elder
Winter,
and wanted to go.
Does Winter want to move? As it's that she
Um,
casts, and finally the magic seems to be doing its thing. The magic missile is
is
loose.
Vara lit? Can she see? Is there going to be any penalty to me being too? Oh no, I'm still within. Never mind.
Yeah, no, and
No,
it's
we're
still.
still-
Oh,
Yeah, we're still-
5. Yeah.
thank you, deranged rhino. That a boon for the monster. Thank you.
What the hell is happening?
The EC system
Everyone
is rigged.
turning it on us.
The other GMs.
Everyone's like now being like activists for this mole.
Yeah, it's a bad look.
A little brutal.
I
It was
felt bad
brutal.
enough as it was.
Wow.
I have
I'm
no
not-
words.
So bad. So bad.
So that was Winter. So it is its turn, but it is hypnotized. So
Mhm.
it can't do anything. So Warson,
Yes.
you're up.
Okay. Perfect. So I
It
have
is a poor
question.
defenseless animal. Yes, Nelly. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm reading chat as well. Because I haven't played Shadow Dark in a while. Movement is
Mhm.
not restricted. I can just go all the way. It's not like 30 feet or something. I can move.
I mean,
as is.
it's like it's near. So, but I mean, that's more than enough. Like you have enough movement to get to
Okay.
within melee with it. It's abstract. Some things want you to get a little bit into the nitty gritty because, like, say, a spell effect might be like, you know, a near size cube that you might need to be like, well, if it's gonna fireball your friends, you know. But for this, you can near is just you're within near as far as I'm concerned, so you can move up to
Okay. All right. I'm gonna get right next to Vara
it. Mm-hmm.
because I also heard that really scary sound as well, and I don't want Vara to be left unattended. So I'm gonna try to help her as soon as possible, and then I'm going to. Because I had my shield and my sword up, I'm going to try also stab it if there's space in a nice soft bits in the jaw, in the neck or something, with my long sword. So let's see. And this freaking D20 bear dude's job now.
Sorry, Dave is healing again. I'm losing track, Dave. How many D4 am I healing this thing?
What the fudge?
Oh my god.
Okay, there we go. 17. The 17 hits.
17 hits. Its AC is 12. Actually, roll with advantage because you might crit. Did you roll advantage?
No.
Sorry,
let me
chat
roll
has
again.
been mesmerizing me. It's just one, right? It was just one more D4.
I critted. I got
No.
it.
Yes!
Stop it,
Did you
Dave.
crit?
I critted. So yeah, it's a. So
gone.
do I get
It's
like
a goner.
double? Yeah, it's gonna have to die. I'm sorry.
Hang on. So let me see. I just want to double check for you just to make sure I get it right. I'm pretty sure it's double dice.
Mhm.
I'll go
great.
upstairs and drag him away from Twitch.
I love that. Someone needs to do.
Dude, please help us.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just paranoid now that I've got crit wrong, so I just want to double
No
check.
problem.
Yeah, double the damage dice. So
So, all right. So that's basically 2d8s, I guess.
2d8. Yeah.
Let's hope you do your job, buddy. Okay, 10 slashing damage.
10 is its max hit points. So it was already down. So with all this, it seems to be sort of like it's wavering. You can feel it's like something is keeping it hanging in there.
Oh no, don't tell me this little fuck baby or something.
Whatever it is,
No,
something
it's
is.
freaking. No, don't you dare make me like feel bad.
I already felt bad as it is.
No,
It was us or them.
It was them. It was them. They prolonged the
them.
torture.
prolong the suffering. So
It wasn't us.
It's all those D4s. It's
Yeah.
all those D4s.
it was healing
not
up,
us.
and then Warson draws a sword, seeing this, like Vara's got it stuck, and then just goes up and out of his misery brings the sword up through a soft spot, rams it forth with the hand palm on the pommel, and it just goes into the brain,
Into the brain. Yeah.
and the tentacles just go limp.
Oof.
As that happens, into the brainstem, and as if Warson turned off the lights, the torch.
Ah!
Oh shit!
Winter!
Yeah.
Torch!
Okay, yep, torching up.
Yeah. Torch.
Mine said 5:25.
No,
Mine says
it's
now it says 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Now it says 5 minutes and 25 seconds.
nope.
I'm confused.
We're kind of stuffed.
I'm gonna stop. Yeah, because I did an hour timer on my phone when the torch lit, because I think it got a bit messed up from the reloads.
I'll cast it on my turn, I guess. Light another torch. And it comes around to mine.
Alright, and then so Bobbin is next, but
Don't move.
We
has
can't
a
move.
map. the map has disappeared on my side. I can't see it now. Well, I can't see where
Oh,
we
it
are.
would
Oh.
because the lights are gone.
Lights are gone.
It's
Oh
light.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Can't
Uh,
see.
Oh my shit.
It's just for dramatic effect.
Our lovely
Oh my
GM
gosh.
can see everything. We can't see
Yeah.
nothing.
So,
I love this.
um,
It's even more terrifying. Thank you.
So-
I am not afraid of the dark.
Oh.
That's great. That's great.
yeah.
It's not fair. We were all in chat while they were distracting us while our torch ran out.
Right?
That
Oh
is
my
exactly what they were
goodness.
doing.
That's devious. Oh
They
my
Oh,
prolonged
god.
the suffering
Thank-
and put us in danger.
Thank God that
in the dark.
thank God
no
it,
barking at the baby.
thank
No
God it had it.
barking at
Thank
the
God it had
baby.
advantage. Because one of those was a nat one.
Yeah.
Um,
Girl.
The conspiracy by Big Mole.
Oh my
well,
goodness.
Stop.
oh, actually, yes. So,
So who's
outside.
is that gonna? 1 second. So it's 14 plus 3. So Vara, you don't have 17 AC. I take it.
no?
It does
Oh,
its
shit.
it does its headquake
No, it had
attack.
14.
There is vibrating tentacles. You just hear this, and suddenly you have like a splitting headache. Could you make me a DC 12 con check, please?
Oh,
my goodness.
we need light.
I need all the freaking light.
12.
Oh my
Where's my
gosh.
12? There's
So
my
you take-
12.
Yeah,
7.
7. So you take 2 damage from the headquake, and then the quake effect. You are disoriented rather. For okay, 1d4. It's just a 1. So for the next round, you have disadvantage on attacks, and you have to make a DC 12 Dex check to attempt to move. On a fail, you fall prone. As this thing you feel your head rattling, and like a headache, and you get disoriented. Your head starts swimming. The room is spinning. You're being, I was about to say you're being vibrated from the inside, but that doesn't sound. Trying to portray that as it's phrasing. That doesn't sound too bad.
I mean,
So that's yeah. So there's
yeah,
that
I'm gonna
attack
sip my sip. Let me not say anything. That's
from the other thing. And then it is back to Bobbin. Right, Bobbin.
Bobbin better strike up a torch.
Yeah, I think they have to.
I'm gonna say strike a pose.
Strike a pose.
Strike a pose,
don't-
Madonna.
Vogue.
Let me check if let me just double check, because if Bobbin is based on when we did the pre-gens, I'm trying to remember if the pre-gen thief had a lantern or a torch. I'll just assume a torch for now.
Drino is not
No.
being our friend.
Yeah, Bobbin is gonna just sort of move. He's gonna
How dare you?
move up 1, 2. And he's gonna, because they're seeing everything's gone a bit kind of
Hair shaped.
to the dog, gone a bit pear shaped. So
Ah, I can't believe this.
He distracted us.
the chat is literally.
Right?
I can't believe you've done this.
Chat. You
and
guys need to
then-
watch out.
Bobbin is gonna move 5, 10, 15.
Yeah, we're gonna come fuck you guys up at your next
He's
session.
gonna move
Yeah.
this way.
We are gonna
and-
coordinate and all show up in force.
Yeah.
Make you feel
Uh,
guilty for everything you kill, give you nightmares. Horrible, horrible people.
So
And then
They're
we're gonna
spectating.
dist-
They're
we're gonna
spectating. That makes it
we're
worse.
gonna distract you.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so Bobbin has kind of moved, sparked the torch, and sort of positioned themselves. They're looking around and sort of like, okay, do something here. So Lantana, the world comes back into view. This guy is gone. Was he not? Is he deleting? There we go.
I don't see him.
Lantana. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna move forward. And where is the other one?
So I'd say well, with Bobbin's light, I'd say you could probably see it now. It is kind
Okay.
of behind this pillar, mostly blocked. Because these two, the ones with the dot, have like a floor to ceiling pillar. So it's here behind there. So yeah,
Okay.
you could get a
Okay,
point of
and
view.
I'm gonna hypnotize again.
Okay, yeah.
That was a nat 20. So that is a 23.
Yeah, well, with the nat 20, so with the spell crit, you can double one of the numerical effects, which I mean, in this case, it's really the duration, range. It's about it. It doesn't really work too well on a crit. You don't really get much.
Yeah, no, there's not much on that one.
No, it would only be, yeah. Okay, yeah, so it is hypnotized. Vara.
Don't know. She's kind of gonna look around to see if she could go. Should they go after that one, or should they go down the tunnel? She'll just turn around, see if there's a nod or a suggestion out of anyone to do.
I'll right next to her. I look at you desperately, like, we need to move. We need to move
Forward or back? Forward or back?
forward.
Okay.
We have to get to the nest.
Okay. If you think this is the way, that's okay.
This is the way.
I have spoken.
She has to be careful. What does she have to roll so she's not prone?
DC 12 Dex check.
Well,
It's just for this round.
a 6. Right in the middle.
So she just falls flat. And
Dear.
I'll say if you stand, because I don't want to begin to like half movement, but if you spend some movement, standing up, you'll be basically left with being able to move within kind of, I'd say maybe sort of like 2 squares. Like you could probably stumble
So I
up
could
to
go
it.
like to here.
I'd say you could move to there.
The one up. Okay.
Yeah. You just kind of can't get like a full.
Well, then
movement.
she will. Oh, she has her javelin. Never mind. Javelin time. She's picking that
it'll be-
out.
So it will be. Oh, hang on. Can I? Why did I not quit that? It'll be disadvantage on the attack roll.
Yes.
Just while you're disoriented.
I'm gonna. Oh, I missed that. What did that come up as?
Are you rolling?
Up as a-
I thought we were rolling physical dice.
Yeah,
It
because
was,
we rolled.
but that one was really bad.
It was really bad on Owlbear as well.
Oh,
be
fantastic!
honest.
This is just my luck these days.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you guys saw whatever it was. Unfortunately,
I didn't see that. Missed it
It
completely.
No.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't see it. It was definitely it didn't suck. It totally didn't suck.
If you
It
roll,
was great.
Yeah,
try the
great.
physical
Yeah.
dice.
Okay,
Let's
what am I
boost your
rolling here?
self-esteem. Was
A
a great- was a great
1d4
roll.
again?
It'll be
Or is
well.
it
This will be so to roll for the attack roll. So there'll be disadvantage. So you'll roll at disadvantage, but it'll be a d20.
Okay.
The javelin doesn't get the weapon mastery bonus that
No.
your axe does, so it's just +2. It's just your strength.
2. Okay, come on, d20. What are you? A 16.
That is a hit.
Yay!
Oh, I'm sorry. That should not
Oh,
have been. That
it's
should have
at
been flat because
disadvantage,
it's
sorry.
hypnotized. No,
But it's a-
no.
Oh yeah.
No, but it's
Oh,
a
it was. That was
disadvantage. but then-
disadvantage, so that was the second one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So that's fine because it was
Thank God.
hypnotized, advantage, disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you rolled once, that's right. So yeah, that's a hit. Javelin is D4 damage, right? Did you say? You don't get the bonus on that on the damage, so it's just a D4.
So 1d4, I got a 3.
It's good for a D4. So it yeah. Standing again, it sticks into its chest. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I know. I've got the boons and I've got a luck token, but I haven't.
Shit, I have bones.
I have. But they don't make saves in ShadowDark. So a lot of the stuff like the hypnotize, he doesn't get a save against it. So it's just unless Lantana breaks line of sight, then it can save. But I haven't had the chance to. I'll just use the boons when
Don't,
when it really
don't
matters.
you dare.
So-
I will
don't-
find out where you live.
Don't get
This
ideas.
is gonna become a thing. The mole folk. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
It is.
It's really
The
like
mofo.
picking up. These guys are.
Yeah,
I
they've got a
know.
fan base. They've
Yeah,
the mole, it's like the mole people fandom is
Unionized.
just really toxic.
They have unionized.
They have unionized.
Yeah.
They have
They have pickets.
mole
So-
merch. No.
So that was Zanvara. That was you. So Winter, we've got Winter, then Warson, then the hypnotized mole, which probably won't be doing anything. So Winter. Oh, you're
Sorry, I was
muted,
muted.
Nico.
I can't. Can you guys see that mole guy, or is he out of our range?
He's like here. There's
Right, so I'm
a
only
pillar
supposed
in
to be-
between you.
I'm
But
only
yeah,
supposed to be seeing that.
I just say be careful of how you're moving through the space.
Hmm.
Like, cannot lose line of sight.
I'm gonna missile. Oh, sorry, Seth.
No, I was just saying, I can't lose line of sight.
Oh. You,
Yeah,
am I in your break right where I'm
no,
standing?
you're good there.
Oh yeah, so
Uh,
that's actually a question. If you break line of sight,
Hmm.
if somebody gets in between you,
How tall are you?
is that
What's
no? I
where's
think
Warsaw?
I think you could probably.
Well,
Winter would obviously know. If she went in front, she would have
Yeah,
ducked.
yeah, you could duck. You
Just-
could duck. Yeah,
yeah.
I think you'd be wise enough to know duck. So you cross over there. Yeah, you can see this. It's hypnotized. So
Kill the fucker.
you can't get extra advantage with the magic missile. But actually, where would you come from? Did you? I think you could probably move with near. I mean, it's abstract. If you want to move up to like, say, here. I mean, if you want to stab it with a dagger, I mean, it can't do anything to you while it's hypnotized. But then, yeah, I suppose then you might be blocking the line of
You
sight.
can't use magic missile.
Oh no, use magic missile if you want. But if you want to not use it, I mean, you can always. Actually, yeah, you're probably
Yeah, no, I'm not going anywhere near that thing. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
This
No.
might be your one chance to stab something with a dagger.
No, I'm not going anywhere near those.
First and
tentacles.
last chance.
It will one hit Winter
Yeah. It will like
Yeah.
squish her like easy. No.
like a
please
bug.
don't.
Yeah, and like she's just so wispy and cloaks and long hair, and just all it would take is one little nasal tentacle to slip her in it.
Nasal
Did you say I don't have advantage with magic missile?
No. I'm saying you would have advantage on other attack rolls, but you already have advantage with magic missiles, so you can't get extra advantage.
Yeah, no. 13. Oh no, I rolled a 10 before I started talking. A 12. before I started talking about that, and then I rolled a 13. So those both hit
Nice. Yeah. So D4.
for a 2. For another
So-
2.
Well, that's a fifth of its hit points. So, so it's just it's brutal. It's you have taken on the role of the Crimson Queen in this slaughtering these defenseless mole
Oh my
Oh,
And
Ben,
all
how
that-
dare you?
and all they
have
wanted
no
to do
shame.
all they wanted to do was just
Eat some bones.
just blast the flesh off your body and then just crunch up your
trying to
skeleton.
save
And
children.
kill 100 children. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We see
Yeah.
what this is. We see what
They
this
couldn't. No, don't be ridiculous. They could never eat 100 children in one sit. They 15
break-
max.
They would
They
break
get
it up
full
over
too
time.
Oh
quickly.
yeah, and terrify the children.
They
and
don't
leave them
have
there to torture and
refrigeration.
suffer. They don't have refrigeration.
Oh my gosh! Just no.
Oh, well, they suppose they could salt. They could cure the villagers.
Oh my gosh!
Oh
they
my
could store them
God.
for later. They could store them for later. That's not bad.
Oh my god, human biltong.
Right? It's just like Biltong.
I can't.
Try it
Okay,
out.
The
yeah.
chat is okay with killing all the children.
Imagine.
Think of the children.
Think of
No,
the
only the mole
Um,
children. Only the
Warson,
mole children.
are you
How
going
dare
to
they.
think of the mole children?
No, screw that.
It's your turn.
Murder the children. Jesus.
I remember the. Wow, this is that took a crazy turn.
The chat is
So-
darker than ShadowDark.
Exactly.
Right?
Talk about priorities.
Chat is like got some major issues. I have a question. Am I able to do a spell and then attack, or can I do one or the two? One
One or the other.
Oh,
or the other. Oh,
I don't have
damn
anything
it.
for you. Yes.
Okay, so we're going to make this work then. I should have done this
Oh.
beforehand.
Water. That's not.
Let's do this. I'm gonna stand in front of Winter because squishy,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to cast cleansing weapon on my longsword.
Okay.
So one weapon you touch is wreathed in purifying flames. It deals additional damage.
You're going to need that additional damage because I think Dave has just healed.
You
mother-
You wear it.
You, Tender, I love that.
Oh, we rolled a 4. 4.
A fool. You special.
Oh,
You.
Why isn't
What
it?
am I
You.
I like
Yeah.
how we're like, you. We have another game with you. We're gonna make your life so difficult.
Yeah. Next, your time
Oh,
will
you
come.
wait.
Your time will... Yeah.
So, what's that
Um,
is...
Yeah. Cleansing weapon. Do I need to do the roll? I guess to make sure it's.
You do have to do the... Yeah.
Okay. Let's do my roll plus my modifier. Come on, baby. Don't let me down. Fudge. Fudge. I got total. I got freaking 8. Don't tell me I lost my spell. Please
You
don't. tell me
got
I
a
lost
total of 8.
total.
Yes, you need an 11. The Saint Tyragnis has abandoned you for your crimes against the moles. Moles have souls. Moles have souls. Little did you know that you couldn't. There were no Saint Tyragnis worshippers around in the
In the-
Vale.
the-
They were here.
and the-
They are
and the-
all. They are all
on
Saint
the
Tyragnis' faithful.
Yeah, they're all in the under foul, whatever, under space,
Underdwellers.
under dwellers.
Um,
you bunch.
The underdwellers. It is the
That's-
It is its turn, but it is
Is it?
hypnotized.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is hypnotized.
Oof, okay.
Lantana will have to make a focus check on their turn to maintain it, but otherwise, I mean they're star-nosed moles. They're less cute than normal moles. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously,
moles are
Yeah,
actually
giant
very
tentacles.
adorable.
But I mean, Star-nosed moles, but if they had mind flayer tentacles for a face.
Yeah.
Just like a baby
Yeah.
Cthulhu.
Baby Cthulhu, that's right. I was actually, it was Earth Eaters. Originally, I was going to call these creatures Chthonians. But Earth Eater I liked because they do eat the earth, and it's also a nod to Final Fantasy X. If you've ever played Final Fantasy X, there is an Earth Eater in that game.
What the?
It's Warsun. It's hypnotized. It is Bobbin. Bobbin is gonna skirt around.
Oh, no. Is Bobbin getting closer to the thing?
No. They're just she's just moving
okay.
here so that she can actually take a shot at it. Dropping the torch. She was already loaded up from before, so thank God for advantage, because that was a 3, and that's a nat 1, so Bobbin misses. The 3 plus.
No,
she does not have plus 9.
That's convenient. That's Ben. I
Did
feel
they
like that's a
just
bit
heal-
too convenient.
Oh,
Did he do another heal?
It can only heal 1 hit point before it's at max. And I got
Well,
1.
how can it heal if it's hypnotized? Doesn't it have to roll like? Doesn't it have to do its own intentional healing?
I think
Like,
the way we've done it.
Wouldn't it like be rolling on its turn? And if we were we were out, we wouldn't be able to heal ourselves on our turn, would we?
Oh, Dave.
Well, no,
Dave,
I think
Dave,
that
Dave,
the chat
Dave.
heals. If chat heals you, you just get the hit
Instant.
Yeah.
points. Yeah.
Okay,
So
well,
if any of them were healing you, they would.
your time will come. Your time will come.
Absolutely, it will come.
Okay, this
Fast
is
and fierce.
Okay, we will after this. It's healed. It's healed to max hit points.
Fudge.
We're going. I'll put a kibosh in the. We'll put a kibosh in the healing because
Oh no, let them have their fun. I'll
no,
kill it.
we'll put a kibosh on the healing because I think Christian
Oh, no,
and Ellie
it's
might
fine.
have to go to bed after this fight, and I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
we're gonna get
Fair.
stuck in a loop.
Did you
End
see
this
that?
loop of.
Did you see
It's all right,
chat?
we'll still continue on. just,
Did you see
just
chat?
me and the rat?
No mortgage payment this month. Sorry, we're healing a mole.
That's what you get.
priorities?
That's what you get. for
Arrears.
killing us.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're taking money out of
Nice.
your investment portfolio for this mole.
Increase in the
Crusade.
money.
Lantana, could I
This is the craziest thing that's
give me
ever
a
happened to
focus
me.
check, please? You give me a DC 11 spellcasting check. If
Yeah.
you fail, the spell will drop, but you won't lose access to hypnotize for failing the focus check.
I rolled an 8. What's the mod for a focus check?
It's just whatever you're same as if you were casting a spell.
Oh, geez. Okay, that was an 11.
11, yeah. So it is maintained. You can still, so you have your
I'm so
to-
tense. I don't think I've ever wanted something to die so quickly before. The poor thing is suffering.
It is.
Suffering.
It's not fair.
Needlessly suffering.
Yeah.
Needlessly suffering.
Yeah. Just so people can make us suffer.
Welcome to ShadowDark, everyone.
Yeah. If we
Everybody
leave this thing
suffers.
alone and turn around, it's just gonna kill us from behind. I mean,
Everybody
no.
suffers.
We all
My
get trauma.
monsters, the party, the audience.
I actually can't leave it alone. I can't drop it, or else it could probably attack us. I have to stay here and like this, just like stare at this thing.
Just, yes, disciples of the Crimson. So yeah, you have your turn now. To do with as you see fit.
Oh gosh. Wait, who? Sorry.
Lantana still has their turn
Oh.
because you
I-
just do the focus. As far as I'm aware, like 'cause the focus check is like concentration, like it doesn't.
Okay, so I'd be
Unless
able
I'm
to do something on top of that?
unless I'm mistaken that it. Well, hang on, let me double check. I'm almost certain that Oh, where's that gone?
I thought.
No, it hasn't. Because I know you can't cast other focus spells.
But could I actually do like a melee attack?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah, you've still got your Yeah.
How close am I to?
You're within near. Yeah, you can get to it.
Right. So what can cause the most damage out of my weapons? I think no. Either a dagger or a staff.
Dagger's one-handed.
True. Okay, I'm going to try and rush it with my dagger.
I also like to know. I want this thing to die as quickly as possible. Put it out of its misery. I'm just gonna go beat it with a stick rather than go for the knife.
I was trying to see what would do the most damage.
Quick, bludgeon its jugular.
Oh my god.
Waiting
You know,
my turn.
that's exactly what I couldn't think of where else I could have like attacked it with the staff. I was like,
Yeah.
where would I actually stab it? Probably through the wound it has. I'm a terrible person. Not as terrible as chat though.
They made us terrible.
Okay,
Everyone has been dragged down to my level.
absolutely.
Um,
Okay, so that is a 14 to hit.
That is a hit.
Deadly. I hope so.
Yes, I hope so. I'm just gonna move. I just moved Lantana just to.
Okay, and that's only 3 damage.
What? After all that, like mental
Well, I mean,
torture?
it's still. I mean, it's pretty good for on a D4,
Well, it's probably just gonna get like healed again, Dave.
Somebody unplug the internet in this house.
but,
Yes.
Someone needs to just go just like
Circuit breaker, just
yeah.
He's the load shedding.
Hey, is your
ESCOM is
woman
not
on the
coming for
inside?
you. ESCOM's coming for you. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah.
say.
Vara, you are no longer disoriented from the
Aha.
head.
Oh,
head
yes.
Nice.
And the javelin's still in the thing, so she's going to take out her great axe, and she's a two-hand that thing,
Mhm.
right in the jugular.
Advantage. Roll with advantage. D20 plus 4.
Oh.
Oh no, I mean, Dave. It's a free internet. You keep healing if you want to.
Don't you dare.
So I got a 16 for the first one, and 15 for the second one. So 16 plus 4 is 20.
Yeah, nice. So that's a hit.
Roll a d8.
Not a crit, but D10.
Oh, d10. sorry.
D10 plus 2.
D10 plus 2. Oh, no,
Dave, no.
Another D4? Another D4? Bruh.
6, 7, 8.
Oh.
8
You have to like
damage that one. Can I add a boon to
It's-
that hit?
Yes,
Yeah.
I will give a boon. I'll give one of my boons.
I have
You
a
can't.
boon.
We can't add the boon to damage.
Oh,
it
but-
only heal.
but
It
but
only
Oh, how
healed. It
convenient.
only
How
healed.
another
how
healing.
convenient.
But
It
you
only
can do
healed.
it for healing.
I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1.
Okay, let's
So
keep
it
it that
is-
way.
Well, it got
Keep
it. So
those-
that's 7 it takes then.
It takes 7.
those
It had
levels.
7 hit points and I healed 1.
Because I had 8, and if he got 1 healing, that's 7. So
Oh, finally, my God.
What? Hang on, did you?
I had 8 damage.
Oh, you had 8 damage. Okay,
Yeah.
so it healed for 1 up to 8, and then so, like something about these moles. Something. It's like some unseen god. Their mole god.
Can't give
is
me an
keeping
extra
alive.
action. I can't put a dagger through its brain, can I?
You can. I
Well,
mean,
I'm
Unstopped.
we're out of combat, so
Yeah, thank
You
you.
Oh.
just-
Thank you.
Okay.
cleave
Oh.
through, take its head off. You succeed.
No
what
more
you were
roll,
trying to
people.
do on the other one, and just. Oh, thanks for the unsub. Okay,
No, we got an unsub and a resub and a lol.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Dave. That was
There is no more healing.
that
That's
was
what you get. That's what you get.
that was genuine. That was a genuine 1 on the roll.
thank Fudge for that, because really,
Dave was the MVP mole,
Oh, Dave. Dave,
very
Dave.
person.
Oh, gonna remember this. Gonna remember
we're
this.
coming. We're just
5 hours from now, fighting the same mole.
I think
Jeez.
I think, folks, with that, I think we will leave it for the fortnight. We will see you for more ShadowDark on. That will be not the 2nd, but
The
should be
mole,
the
that
9th of
evil
April.
person.
We'll keep you updated on the schedule, though. Again, keep an eye out for the podcasts. We should be launching Patreon on 1st of May. All the aforementioned. Thank you to everybody who I shouted out at the beginning. I will get that fixed with the torchlight adding minutes or subtracting minutes to the torch timer. And if they're still going, are we gonna raid make this epic? Christian, can we still raid? Okay,
Yep.
we can. So, folks, thank you so much for joining us and sharing the the miraculous mole.
Sharing the
relay
horror.
with us.
Shame on you,
We
Dave.
we said come for emotional support. Jeez.
Yeah,
Not the exact
and we're gonna raid make this epic. So let's just go in with the anyone else who watched Austin Powers in the 90s with a moly.
Mole, mole, mole.
Molly.
And I will see you next time. Thanks very much for joining us. So bye, folks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.